African sun shows no mercy. Day after day, it strips the land of life, burning away every trace of green. The rivers vanish, the soil cracks, and thirst becomes the deadliest enemy of all. In this unforgiving season, survival is a brutal contest. Predators stalk with desperate hunger, while prey take impossible risks for a single sip. Every step toward water could mean salvation or sudden death. This is the final lifeline of the dry season, where over 90% of all life converges. The most intense showdown of them all. Savannah's last drop. In the heart of this parched land, every waterhole, whether carved by nature or forged by human hands, becomes the last refuge for life itself. Before we continue, tell us in the comments below, where in the world are you watching from? Now, let the search begin. Savannah's last drop, battles at the waterhole. During the dry season, the savanna shrinks around its last precious waterholes. Daytime temperatures soar beyond 35 degrees. The heat presses down like a weight. A giraffe lowers its towering neck, nearly 2 meters long, to drink. Every movement is slow, but never careless. Danger lurks beneath the surface. The Nile crocodile waits, motionless for hours, ready to strike at the smallest mistake. Nearby, a hippopotamus bares its massive jaws. With a crushing bite force of over 17,000 newtons, it defends its territory with brutal authority. Above, the African fish eagle circles high. The instant a shadow betrays a fish below, it dives. On land, the spotted hyena lingers, patient and calculating, ready to close in on any weary wanderer. Every creature here comes with a plan of its own, because in the savanna, these waterholes are more than just pools of water. They are the razor's edge between survival and loss. They set the rhythm of life itself. Now, imagine you're driving across the vast, endless grasslands. The sun scorches the earth. Every blade of grass trembles on the edge of death. Then suddenly, a waterhole appears, a beacon of hope in a barren world. Here, a dazzling gathering unfolds. Elephants, zebras, giraffes, impalas, even elusive night wanderers like the black rhinoceros. Together, they create a vivid dance of life against the harshest odds. Waterholes can form naturally, or be created by human hands. Some appear in low-lying depressions, others along dry riverbeds where rare rains or underground springs leave their mark. Sometimes it is the elephants themselves who shape them, digging into the earth with sheer strength, carving out mineral-rich pits that grow over years into lifelines for countless species. Across Africa, national parks and wildlife reserves have built artificial waterholes, ensuring animals don't have to risk deadly journeys during the brutal dry season. At Kruger National Park in South Africa, by the 1980s, hundreds of borehole-fed sites and reservoirs were created. The goal, to protect rare antelope and to guide the movements of great herds of buffalo and giraffe. Meanwhile, in Namibia's Etosha National Park, a vast land of salt pans and dust, the balance is carefully maintained. In the east, nearly 30 natural waterholes quench life. In the drier west, just 5 remain, supplemented by more than 27 man-made pools. Some of Etosha's waterholes, Okokwejo, Jumsbokvlakte, Halali, are not just gathering places for wildlife. They are icons. Lit at night, they offer a rare magical sight, the silence of the dark, broken only by the quiet steps of animals, emerging under a sky full of stars to drink from the savannah's last drops. As the first light breaks, between 5:30 and 7 in the morning, the savannah breathes a rare moment of cool relief. During the dry season, in places like the Serengeti and the Okavango, temperatures dip to just 14 to 20 degrees Celsius. The air is still, the ground has yet to heat, and the water at the holes lies crystal clear, untouched, undisturbed. This fragile hour belongs to the cautious. Small herbivores arrive early, seizing their chance before predators stir. They move like shadows, alert, precise, never lingering. A few sips, then they vanish back into cover. Every step calculated, every second measured. Among the first to appear, the springbok. They never come alone. Sometimes just a handful, sometimes dozens, each keeping distance to avoid a trap, yet close enough to share warnings with the flick of an ear, a glance, a sudden jolt. When they lower their heads, it is for mere seconds. Then heads up, ears stiff, muscles coiled. At the faintest hint of danger, the entire herd explodes into motion, vanishing like a gust of wind. And when agitated, the springbok put on a display unlike any other, leaping 2 to 3 meters into the air, backs arched, the white stripe of fur along their spine, flashing like a signal fire. This dramatic leap, pronking, is more than acrobatics. To predators it declares, "I see you." To fellow springbok it is communication, a warning, a surge of emotion, or even a display of strength, both social and biological. Every movement is calculated, nothing wasted. Footage from hidden cameras reveals they spend only moments at the waterhole, unlike zebras who linger far longer. This brevity is their shield. By minimizing risk, they reduce the chance of ambush, a survival strategy carved by evolution and sharpened by intelligence. In the savannah, even a single drink of water is a gamble with life and death. In Zimbabwe's Hwange National Park, studies reveal how the presence of lions reshapes the behavior of herbivores. Buffalo, giraffe, kudu all keep their distance from waterholes when the pride is near, especially after dark. Thirst must wait, for a single mistake could mean death. But another predator stalks these same edges, one that hunts alone. Not with speed like the cheetah, nor in numbers like the lion. The leopard. moving silently through the tall grass. It slips between shadow and moonlight, the perfect veil for an ambush. It pauses for a quiet drink, then ascends into the branches, where its power is revealed. The leopard is no sprinter. Instead, it is a climber, gripping bark with razor claws, launching itself up to 6 meters in a single bound. Its golden eyes burn in the dark, amplified by the tapetum lucidum, nature's night vision. Monkeys stir, but their daylight eyes cannot pierce the gloom. A rustle, then silence. Panic erupts too late. The hunter descends with its midnight prize, vanishing into the brush. Leopards avoid waterholes for themselves, wary of exposure. Yet for prey, these shrinking pools are irresistible traps. Impalas, bushbucks, warthogs, all will come when thirst overpowers caution. All risk becoming a meal for the master of stealth. Patience defines the leopard. It can wait minutes for a single step closer, measuring every sound, every shift of wind, until the strike is certain. Then it launches, 60 kilometers per hour in a short burst, jaws clamping on throat or spine. What sets it apart is not only the kill, but the aftermath. With sheer strength, it drags its catch, sometimes heavier than itself, into the treetops. Here, lions, hyenas, and wild dogs cannot follow. Only the leopard feasts, alone, in silence. Adaptability is its secret. From forests to deserts, it eats almost anything. Birds, fish, antelope, even insects. In the Kalahari's arid edges, it can live off the moisture of prey. This flexibility has made it one of Africa's most enduring hunters. Yet even the phantom is under siege. Once spread across Africa and Asia, the leopard has vanished from 13 countries, pushed toward extinction in 7 more. Today, it survives in just a fraction of its former range. Strongholds in Tanzania, Namibia, Botswana, and South Africa. Tanzania holds the most, up to 10,000, haunting the Serengeti and Ngorongoro. But survival is not guaranteed. Lions kill nearly a quarter of leopards in some regions. Hyenas steal almost half their kills. Only when prey hangs in the treetops is the balance restored. The leopard remains the phantom of the savannah, elusive, adaptable, and endlessly patient. An apex predator caught between survival and decline. For centuries, the spotted hyena carried a reputation as little more than a scavenger. But modern research reveals a different truth. Up to 95% of its diet comes not from stealing, but from its own hunts. Wilderbeast, buffalo calves, even the swift Thompson's gazelle can fall, not because they are weak, but because the hyena's strategy is relentless. Unlike lions or cheetahs, which rely on bursts of speed and sudden ambush, the spotted hyena is built for endurance. With massive hearts, dense muscle, and powerful hind legs, it can maintain a punishing pace of 60 kilometers an hour, long after most prey has begun to falter. The hunt is not a sprint, it is a war of attrition. Hyenas take turns leading, refusing to let their quarry rest. When exhaustion sets in, the clan closes its circle, blocking, flanking, overwhelming. Once the collapse comes, chaos erupts. dozens of voices rise in a storm of cackles and growls. Within half an hour, a zebra's remains can be stripped down to nothing but scattered bone. And even bone is no refuge. With jaws delivering up to 4,500 newtons of force, the strongest of any land mammal, hyenas crack through the toughest marrow. Nothing is wasted. Around waterholes, where zebras, impalas, wildebeest, and kudu gather under the cover of night, hyenas don't hide. They pressure their prey as a unit, splitting into flanking groups, communicating with eerie laughs and whoops, coded signals in the dark. This precision comes from their society. Hyenas live in clans that can number up to 80, ruled not by males, but by dominant females. Larger, heavier, and hormonally primed with testosterone-like compounds, females enforce a strict matrilineal order. Their unusual anatomy even mirrors that of males, confounding early naturalists and shaping a uniquely female-dominated hierarchy. In large numbers, hyenas challenge any rival, even lions. Clans hold territories that stretch across hundreds of square kilometers, patrolling with scent marks, calls, and social alliances. Some individuals leave to found new groups, while others remain, reinforcing bonds in a web of complex interactions, rivaling primates. Adaptability is their key to survival. Hyenas eat almost anything: small mammals, birds, reptiles, insects, even human waste in villages. They endure deserts, high-altitude plateaus above 4,000 meters, woodlands and grasslands alike. In arid zones, they may travel dozens of kilometers in a single night to reach water, then wait for the perfect moment to strike. But they are not only predators. By consuming carrion, hyenas cleanse the landscape of disease. By thinning herbivore herds, they shape grazing patterns, which in turn shapes vegetation and even the survival of other carnivores. In the African hierarchy of predators, lions dominate with strength, leopards with stealth. The spotted hyena rules through unity, endurance, and an unrivaled ability to seize every opportunity the wild provides. As night descends upon the savannah, darkness swallows the land. The waterholes shimmer faintly under the cold glow of the moon. Out of the silence, lions begin to stir. They do not march directly to the water's edge. Instead, they melt into the tall grasses and earthen mounds, waiting, patient and unseen, every shadow, every breath of wind concealing their presence. Lions are the only great cats to live and hunt as one, bound together in social groups known as prides. United, they can topple prey weighing hundreds of kilograms, wildebeest, zebra, even the formidable African buffalo. On rare and desperate occasions, they dare to charge at giants. Tonight, in the heart of a drying waterhole, a black rhino thrashes in despair. Trapped in the grip of thick, suffocating mud, its massive body weighs it down. Twin horns sweep wildly, cutting the air, but each struggle only sinks it deeper. From the shadows, 3 golden shapes emerge. Lionesses, the seasoned huntresses of the pride. Among lions, the hunt belongs to the females. Really 90% of kills are claimed by them. Their bodies are sculpted for bursts of sheer explosive speed, capable of sprinting up to 80 kilometers per hour, though only for a heartbeat. Now, that lethal power converges upon the trapped giant. The rhino bellows, a rasping roar that echoes into the night. A beast of up to 1,400 kilograms, reduced to a prisoner of mud. One lioness lunges, sinking her teeth into its flank, but the rhino's armor, nearly 5 centimeters thick, holds strong. With a violent surge of strength, it tears free and charges. The hunters scatter. Tonight, the giant escapes. Such failures are rare. Lions more often target antelope and grazers drawn to the water's edge. Their hunts unfold with ruthless precision. A few circle silently behind the herd, herding prey into the waiting jaws of their companions. Flattened to the earth, golden coats blend seamlessly into dust and shadow. Then, in an instant, the trap springs. A single leap, a strike of claws, and the savannah quakes beneath their power. Yet the hunt is only the beginning. When the kill is made, the male takes his due first, asserting dominance as he guards the feast from thieves like the spotted hyena. His other duty, patrolling the boundaries of the pride, safeguarding the precious water holes that mean life or death in the dry season. From zebra to wildebeest, buffalo to warthog, the lion's appetite echoes their reign at the very top of the food chain. Even young giraffes or the frail are not spared, and what the lions leave behind does not go to waste. Carcasses become a banquet for scavengers, vultures descending from the heavens to return life's remains back to the earth. High above, these masters of the sky patrol in circles between 500 and 1,500 meters. Their eyes, 3 to 4 times sharper than our own, sweep the savannah for the faintest signs. A staggering wildebeest, a fallen zebra, a sudden commotion of dust. With sight as their weapon, they read the savannah's every secret. When one vulture dips toward death, others, even miles away, follow in a chain of silent signals. Above the savannah, they mark the rhythm of survival, the eternal dance of predator and prey. When a predator abandons its kill, the savannah soon stirs with dark wings. Within an hour, dozens, sometimes hundreds, of vultures descend from the skies, each one drawn by the silent signal of circling companions above. Every feature of the vulture's body is sculpted by evolution for one purpose: scavenging. Their bald heads and bare necks slip easily into the ribcage of a carcass, staying free of gore. Hooked beaks rip through the toughest hides of buffalo and giraffe, while rough tongues scrape every last strand of muscle from bone. With long, sinuous necks, they reach deep into the body's core, liver, heart, intestines, where the richest nutrients lie. But it is their stomachs that hold the true secret. A cauldron of acid, near pH 1, capable of destroying what would kill almost any other creature. Anthrax spores, rabies viruses, botulinum toxins, supported by a microbiome, evolved to neutralize decay itself. Vultures transform death into energy, preventing plague from sweeping the land. Across Africa, white-backed vultures and Ruppel's vultures reign as wide-ranging nomads of the skies. Their migrations follow the great herds of wildebeest and zebra. Guided by invisible rivers of scent and sight, GPS trackers have revealed individuals covering more than 1,800 kilometers in just 2 weeks, scouring dry riverbeds for the faintest chance of food. At the waterhole, competition explodes, not only among different vulture species, but with another shadow of death, the marabou stork. Towering a meter tall, armed with a bill over 30 centimeters long, the stork strides directly into the chaos, pushing aside rivals to claim its share. What vultures shred from the surface, marabou storks pry from within, snatching scraps hidden in water or clinging stubbornly to bone. Like vultures, their design speaks of survival. Bald heads, dagger-like bills, and a strange inflatable throat pouch, perhaps a tool for cooling or a signal in their harsh social world. Their menu is even broader. Fish, frogs, lizards, rodents, eggs, even garbage near human settlements. Opportunists to the core, they may take what the savannah offers, whether fresh, rotting, or still struggling. At the margins of the waterhole, marabou storks watch for weakness, a wounded bird, a struggling fish trapped in shrinking mud. With swift, spear-like strikes, they add fresh kills to their scavenged meals. Together, vultures and marabou storks embody nature's final act. They strip the savannah clean, recycling death into life, and ensuring that, in this harsh arena, nothing is ever wasted. Unlike the larger antelopes that creep forward with caution, Guinea fowl burst onto the scene with their trademark bustle and boundless energy. A flock is never small. 10, 20, sometimes more than 25, moving as one, a tightly knit social unit. Their voices never fall silent. Loud rhythmic calls ripple across the air, keeping the group connected, keeping danger at bay. This constant chatter is more than noise. It is a lifeline. Impalas, wildebeest, even zebras benefit from their vigilance. A single alarm call can ripple 150 meters across open terrain, triggering instant defenses in creatures far beyond their own kind. Though they have wings, they rarely waste them. When danger strikes, they run, fast, coordinated, relentless. At speeds of 35 kilometers an hour, weaving and darting unpredictably, they leave predators frustrated in the dust. Their eyes, tuned to the slightest flicker of motion, grant them a survival edge. Their nervous systems are sharpened for vigilance, their reactions near instant. But Guinea fowl are more than survivors. They are shapers of the land. Feeding on seeds, bulbs, and swarms of insects, they cleanse the savannah. Opportunistic hunters, they will even seize lizards or young snakes when the chance arises. Around waterholes, they scour the muddy fringes, drawn to insect-rich zones. Careful never to wander too close to the treacherous water's edge where crocodiles lie in wait. They are everywhere. South Africa, Botswana, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Angola. 28 to 30 million strong. Most roam outside protected areas, thriving in semi-arid scrub, grasslands, even farmland. As the dry season grips the land, they cluster around the last remaining waterholes. When the rains return, they scatter once more across the plains. Insects fall silent in their path. Plant debris is cleared. Feeding grounds are opened for smaller birds, lapwings, sand grouse, and countless others. The Guinea fowl, noisy, restless, unyielding, are not just part of the savannah. They are its watchmen, its early warning system, its restless guardians. Midday on the African savannah. The sun scorches the earth, and the shade of a tree becomes a rare treasure. It is at this unforgiving hour that giraffes begin their slow, deliberate approach to the waterhole. Unlike other grazers that prefer the safety of dawn or dusk, giraffes choose the heat of noon, a time when lions, leopards, and hyenas retreat to rest. It's a strategy, a gamble, and it works. Their towering height grants them a sweeping view of the plains, but to drink, they must bow, a giant folding itself down, a frame stretched and exposed. For those moments, balance is lost, and the most powerful advantage of the giraffe becomes its greatest weakness. They never linger. Each sit is fleeting, measured in seconds. Lower, drink, raise, scan, listen, lower again. In groups, one always stands guard, towering above the others, eyes sweeping the horizon. Height is their glory. Adult males can rise above 5.5 meters, weighing nearly 2,000 kilograms. Females, slightly smaller, still dwarf most creatures of the savannah. With their elongated necks and half-meter tongues, they pluck acacia leaves armored with thorns, reaching what no other herbivore dares. They do not thunder across the land like elephants, nor churn the dust like buffalo. Instead, they glide through the plains, leaving little trace. Gentle giants with a surprisingly light ecological touch. But even giants must drink carefully. Steep banks, murky pools, blocked views, these they avoid. They seek gentle slopes and open water, where their eyes can search wide and far. For danger does not only creep from the bushes. Sometimes it waits below the surface, silent, still, patient. The Nile crocodile. There are rare chilling accounts of crocodiles lunging at giraffes mid-drink, striking at the bowed posture of the giant. Most fail. These towering herbivores are cautious, deliberate, and calculated in every move, and so each sip becomes a ritual of survival. Lower, drink, rise, scan. The rhythm of giants in a land where hesitation could mean death. So tell us, are you the kind who drinks in quick sips, always watching your surroundings? Or do you drink slowly, unbothered, as if nothing could ever catch you off guard? As the sun climbs higher, the savannah hardens under the weight of the heat. The air turns sharp, the ground bleached white, and the once calm waterhole transforms into chaos. Zebras, wildebeest, buffalo, herds upon herds press forward, churning the shallows into a muddy broth, heavy with the scent of sweat and dust. Beneath that murky veil, peace is an illusion. Here, patience rules. A ripple, a pair of nostrils, the glint of unblinking eyes, signs of the Nile crocodile. Some stretch over 5 meters in length, weighing more than 700 kilograms, and yet they barely disturb the water. Their scaled armor mirrors the mud, their stillness as complete as stone. They wait, hours, days, sometimes weeks, for a single mistake. One downward sit from an antelope, one moment of lowered guard, then an eruption, a lunge at 12 meters per second, the strike so sudden that sound itself seems too slow to catch it. Prey dragged under before it can cry out. This is no pursuit predator. The crocodile wins by patience, not speed. by silence, not force. Every movement is measured, every burst of violence calculated. But giants share the waterhole. Hippos slide in, their bulk sending shivers across the surface. There is no friendship here, but no open war either. The hippo is too massive to kill, the crocodile too dangerous to ignore. They coexist like uneasy neighbors until the water shrinks. When the pool recedes to a fraction of its size, every square meter becomes a battlefield. The hippo charges, jaws gaping, tusks longer than a man's arm. The crocodile slips back into the depths, vanishing in a swirl of mud. The fight is avoided, for now. The Nile crocodile has survived like this for over 50 million years. Its strength lies not just in power, but in patience, adaptability, and a strategy honed over eons. To drink at the waterhole is to gamble with death. For above the surface, thirst rules all life, but below it, the silent trap waits. As the dry season stretches across the savannah, the earth splits under the burning sun. Herds of hippopotamus begin their slow march toward the last remaining waterholes. These are more than just places to drink. They are sanctuaries, lifelines in a world running desperately low on water. At midday, when the air blisters above 40 degrees, hippos sink beneath the surface, their bodies cooled and steadied around 36 degrees. With massive frames, thick hides, and almost no sweat glands, water is their only shield against the relentless sun. Each adult can weigh more than 1,500 kilograms, yet in water they move with surprising grace. Though unable to swim like fish, they glide forward by walking the riverbed, pushing through the mud like hulking, agile submarines. This lifestyle makes the shrinking waterhole the center of all activity during the dry season. But as space diminishes, tempers rise. Dominant males, fiercely territorial, clash with powerful shoves, bone-crunching collisions, and thunderous bellows that echo across the pool. Even a wide yawn becomes a challenge, a declaration of power. Marking territory is crucial. Hippos scatter dung with whirling tails, a unique system of communication, staking claims, warning rivals, even signaling reproductive status. As resources dwindle, these messages become more important than ever, helping avoid costly fights. Across Africa, hippos are tied to rivers, lakes, and floodplains, yet their range has shrunk in recent decades under the weight of habitat loss and human pressure. Today, only around 115,000 to 130,000 remain, with the largest populations in Zambia, Mozambique, Tanzania, Uganda, and South Africa. Zambia alone shelters more than 37,000 along its wetlands and river systems. Hippos are more than residents, they are engineers. As they move, they carve channels that redirect water and preserve soil moisture. Their waste, while sometimes depleting oxygen if concentrated, nourishes bottom-dwelling organisms and fish, enriching the food web. But their story does not end with the sun. When night falls and moonlight silvers the water, hippos leave their pools. They graze across the savannah, often traveling 5 to 10 kilometers under the cover of darkness before returning at dawn. Night brings new players. Lions, leopards, and hyenas stir, shadows circling the waterholes. They rarely come to drink. Instead, they hunt, skirting the edges to avoid detection while seeking prey drawn to the last precious water. Here, life and survival converge, bound by the shrinking pools of a dry season that tests every creature of the African wild. Perched on a sun-bleached branch, the African fish eagle waits like a sentinel. Its piercing yellow eyes track every movement below. Along the shoreline, a marabou stork struggles with a heavy fish, wings flapping as it drags its catch from the shallows. The commotion is a signal too loud to ignore. The eagle leans forward, wings unfolding into a vast span of 2.3 meters. With a sudden dive, it cuts through the air, wind screaming past its feathers. But its target is not the fish in the water. It is the thief that holds it. A shrill cry splits the air. The stork freezes, just for an instant. The fish slips free, tumbling onto the mud. That hesitation is all the eagle needs. Folding its wings tight, it plunges like an arrow. Talons lined with coarse spicules clamp down with lethal force. Only its feet brush the water before it surges upward again, silver prize glistening in its grasp. The African fish eagle is the emblem of Africa's waters, a close cousin of North America's bald eagle. Its kingdom stretches across sub-Saharan Africa, rivers like the Nile and Zambezi, Lakes Victoria, Tanganyika, Malawi, and even man-made waterholes deep within reserves. Unlike true migrants, it follows the rhythm of seasons, shifting wherever fish remain abundant. Satellite tracking in 2024 recorded flights of nearly 200 kilometers between wetlands in Botswana and Zimbabwe, a relentless pursuit of food across a changing landscape. Here, it rules with a dual nature: predator of fish and water birds, scavenger of carrion, thief of other hunters' catches. This role not only shapes fish populations, but also ensures no meal is wasted. At the waterhole, its presence alone casts a shadow of fear. Every bird, from heron to stork, moves cautiously beneath its watchful gaze, for when the fish eagle screams overhead, the skies themselves belong to the hunter. As night surrenders to dawn, the last echoes of darkness fade across the waterhole. Predators melt into shadow, leaving behind a silence heavy with tension. A new day begins, one carved by hunger, thirst, and the razor edge of survival. The Savannah has entered its most merciless season. Pools shrink, shorelines retreat, and shallow basins vanish in less than 2 weeks. Cracked mud and tangled tracks are all that remain where water once stood. Now, only the deepest water holes endure, magnetic lifelines pulling every creature, predator and prey alike, to the same fragile refuge. Here, boundaries blur. There is no safe hour, no protective distance. The waterhole becomes nature's last supper, where desperate herds and deadly hunters gather shoulder to shoulder, each risking everything for a muddy sip. Cape buffalo are often among the first to arrive. Their vast herds roam the savanna, their massive, dark forms casting long shadows across the dust. Once numbering over 500,000, their ranks now dwindle, driven down by habitat loss, relentless hunting, and the pressures of a changing climate. Even so, they remain among Africa's most formidable survivors. Life in the herd is their greatest strength. From a few dozen to 1,000 strong, buffalo live by a strict hierarchy, reinforced not by blood, but by ritualized horn duels, clashing tests of strength that echo across the plains. At the waterhole, they drink with urgency, usually in the cool of morning or evening. When the dry season deepens, their world narrows to these shrinking pools, the last refuge against the relentless sun. They wallow in mud, coating their bodies in a natural armor against insects and heat. Once dried, it hardens into a shield, both protection and badge of survival. Young bulls clash in practice bouts, horns cracking like gunfire above the din of hooves and splashing water. But the waterhole is no sanctuary. It is a battlefield. Here, Cape buffalo face rivals as formidable as themselves. Rhinos meet them horn to horn in standoffs where size, strength, and will decide the victor. Yet the greatest challenge comes not from rhino, but from giants. When elephants arrive, buffalo withdraw. Against Earth's largest land mammal, even these titans know their limits. The savannah may bend them, test them, and drive them to the edge, but the Cape buffalo endures. For in the harshest season of all, survival favors the strong, and strength is written in their very bones. Elephants don't come to the water just to drink. Here, survival flows through every drop. The pools are places to cool their vast bodies, tend to their skin, and nurture the bonds that keep the herd united. An adult elephant can consume up to 300 liters a day, each sip drawn by its trunk, the most versatile tool in the animal kingdom. When the heat surges past 40 degrees Celsius, water becomes not a luxury, but a lifeline. These waterholes are more than just wells. They are spas, playgrounds, and gathering grounds. Adults bathe and spray one another. Young calves splash and tumble in the shallows. Bulls clash in harmless contests of strength. Every interaction weaves invisible threads of loyalty, resilience, and unity. When surface water dries, elephants dig into the cracked earth with tusks and feet, unearthing hidden reserves. In doing so, they provide not only for themselves, but also for countless other creatures of the savannah. For this, they are called the ecosystem engineers. Africa's giants are scattered across the continent, numbering around 415,000. But their story is shadowed by decline. Savannah elephants have fallen by 70% since the 1960s, forest elephants by a devastating 90%, victims of poaching and vanishing lands. Even the largest land animal cannot outrun humanity's reach. As the seasons shift, elephants march with the rains. In the dry months, they return faithfully to the most reliable sources. Some herds in Botswana travel more than 300 kilometers to reach the life-giving Chobe River, while others in Tanzania or Namibia push farther each day, battling exhaustion and heat. At the waterhole, elephants reign. Their dominance can be stern, even aggressive, but it ensures the survival of the herd. In a land where the ground splits open under the sun, water is more precious than gold. One day, a lone bull approaches. Waiting at the edge is a black rhino, muscles taut, horns gleaming. It refuses to drink, refuses to move. The elephant halts, exhales, and casts dust into the air, a warning, but the rhino stands its ground. Slowly, the elephant turns away, fading into the thicket. The stillness shatters. From the woodland comes the crack of branches, like drums of war. More bulls emerge, silent, immense, unstoppable. The rhino hesitates, then yields. Step by step, it retreats into the shadows, conceding the water to Africa's true giants. A black rhinoceros is not bound to any single waterhole. It comes only when the land grows quiet, often in the softer hours of the day. Their visits are brief, just enough time to drink their fill before fading back into the cover of the surrounding thickets. Under favorable conditions, a rhino can drink up to 35 liters of water a day. But when the land dries and rivers turn to dust, they can endure days without a single sip, drawing life instead from the moisture hidden in leaves and tender twigs. Around the water's edge, the mud tells their story. Large, round footprints mark the ground. Here, they wallow, rolling their massive frames so that every inch is coated in cool mud. Once dried, this layer becomes armor, shielding them against the blazing sun, biting insects, and relentless parasites. Each visit leaves behind a ring of dried mud, silent signatures of survival. Though solitary by nature, black rhinos still leave messages at the waterhole. Dung piles called middens and streams of sprayed urine form an invisible language. These signs carry meaning, a warning to rivals or an invitation to a mate. But with such strong ties to territory and a volatile temperament, clashes are almost inevitable. When two rhinos meet, a tense standoff can explode into a violent battle. Sharp horns strike with deadly force. Many contests end in wounds that scar for life, and some cost far more than that. In the burning heart of the dry season, one truth remains. Water is worth fighting for, sometimes more valuable than life itself. As the dry season nears its end, the Savannah sky begins to shift. Colors deepen and heavy clusters of cloud roll in, heavy yet full of promise. The first drops fall, gentle, scattered, almost hesitant. Then the rain strengthens, soaking the cracked earth in a fresh, life-giving flood. The waterholes transform before our eyes. Once shrunken pools of mud swell and overflow, expanding their reach. Some merge together, forming vast wetlands across the plains. The rains do more than restore. They cleanse. Sediments are flushed, oxygen surges, and the waters turn fresh and clean, ready to fuel life once again. Around the banks, green rises with astonishing speed. In just weeks, fresh grass carpets the land, shooting up to a meter high, soft, tender, rich in nutrients. For zebras, wildebeest, and buffalo, it is a banquet reborn. Insects swarm in the billions. Dragonflies, mosquitoes, beetles, forming the foundation of a thriving food chain. And with them come the migrants, birds traveling thousands of kilometers from Europe, Central Asia, and the Middle East, finding here both a refuge and a nursery. Among them arrives one of Africa's most curious residents, nicknamed the Jesus bird. The African jacana appears to walk on water. Its impossibly long toes spread its weight across floating lily pads, allowing it to glide effortlessly over the surface. The rainy season is its kingdom. Shallow, plant-choked waters become both hunting ground and breeding territory. The jacana probes the leaves delicately, searching for hidden insects and tiny invertebrates. Each cluster of lilies becomes a miniature world, and the jacana a patient hunter. But what sets it apart most is its family life. Unlike most birds, here the female rules. Larger, more colorful, and fiercely territorial, she mates with several males, leading them each with the duty of care. The male builds a flimsy nest of floating plants, then incubates the eggs alone, balancing carefully on shifting waters. When the chicks hatch, they walk within hours. Yet the father's role is far from finished. He guards them, leads them, even shelters them beneath his wings in a remarkable act called wing brooding. Meanwhile, the female has already moved on, laying her legacy in multiple nests, spreading risk across the wetlands. It is a strategy shaped by evolution. The female ensures genetic breadth, while the male secures survival. Together, they weave resilience into the rhythm of the rains. After the African jacana dances lightly across the water's surface, the savanna shifts once more. Fresh streaks of rain carve silver paths through the land, feeding the waterholes. And in this new stillness, a shadow appears. The gray heron, tall, silent, and statuesque, standing nearly a meter high, with wings stretching almost 2 meters wide, it is a striking silhouette. Yet when it freezes, its silvery plumage and black crest melt into the ashen sky and pale shrubs. In an instant, predator becomes invisible. The rainy season is its ally. While the land softens and slows, the heron perfects its art of patience. It does not pursue, it waits. Balanced on one leg, motionless for minutes, sometimes hours, the water's surface lies undisturbed, while below, fish, frogs, and insects drift unknowingly beneath the hunter's gaze. Then, sudden lightning. A spear of a beak flashes down, precise, lethal. Prey is pierced or snatched whole, swallowed before the ripples fade. This master of stillness is no picky eater. From fish and shrimp to crabs, even a stray mouse or chick, anything careless enough to come close will not escape. It is adaptability that gives the gray heron its edge, thriving in wetlands that appear and vanish with the rains. But survival is not its only mission. As the breeding season arrives, the solitary hunter becomes part of a colony. Dozens gather in towering heronries, nests built high in trees or shrubs above floodwaters. 3 to 5 pale blue eggs lie cradled within. For nearly 2 months, parents guard and feed the chicks until their wings are strong enough to carry them into the skies. The rainy season ensures plenty of food for these fragile lives. Across continents, the gray heron's domain stretches wide, from Europe to Asia and south into the wetlands of Africa. Some remain permanent guardians of deltas and marshes. Others migrate vast distances, 2,000 kilometers or more, chasing water, chasing life. From the Okavango Delta to Table Bay, wherever the rains gather, the gray heron waits, patient, silent, deadly. Though they share shades of gray in both name and plumage, the gray-crowned crane lives by an entirely different rhythm. As the first rains soak into the savanna and shallow pools return, these cranes descend with wings outstretched. Their golden crowns glint in the sunlight, a regal presence long celebrated as a symbol of grace and elegance in the wild. Unlike the silent heron, the crane is rarely still. It paces the water's edge, every step measured, every movement deliberate. With each firm stomp, the mud trembles, and hidden creatures scatter. Frogs leap, insects burst from cover, and in that instant, the crane's sharp beak strikes with precision. Swift, certain, a hunter that stirs life from the earth itself. Their diet is broad and opportunistic. Grasshoppers, lizards, seeds, even the occasional egg. Yet for the crane, survival is not just about the hunt. It is about connection. On the flooded plains, pairs and small family groups gather. They sit from shallow pools, their slender silhouettes reflected in the sunlit water. Then comes the call, a resonant trumpet that echoes far across the savanna. a sound both primal and haunting, a voice of the land itself. And with or without breeding season, the dance begins. A ritual of leaps and bows, wings flared wide like living ballet. They spin, toss twigs into the air, and sway in perfect synchrony. These dances are not mere displays. They are the language of loyalty, strengthening bonds between lifelong partners. Though they are not long-distance migrants, the gray-crowned cranes follow the rains, moving with the seasons in search of water and green growth. From Uganda and Rwanda to Kenya, Tanzania, and South Africa, they inhabit wetlands and floodplains, even fields tilled by human hands. So iconic is their beauty that they stand at the heart of Uganda's flag, a national emblem of composure, elegance, and pride. Across the Great Lakes region, they are woven into song, dance, and festival, creatures of both wilderness and culture. In the wild, they may live up to 25 years, under care, even 40. But their legacy lies not in their years, but in their presence, their dance, their call, their crown of gold against the evening sky. In the fading light, as a pair sways together over shimmering water, it is easy to believe that, for a moment, uncertainty has no place here. The parched earth of Okol-Kujo trembles beneath the heavy, steady steps of a herd of blue wildebeest. Standing about 125 centimeters tall at the shoulder and weighing around 200 kilograms on average, these antelopes possess a strong, muscular build. Their coats shimmer with a deep, silvery gray hue, often catching subtle hints of blue in the sunlight, complemented by a long black mane and a thick beard along the chin. Despite their bulky frame, blue wildebeest are surprisingly agile. When threatened, they can reach speeds of up to 80 kilometers per hour, a vital adaptation in Etosha, where predators are never far behind. These animals live in herds, ranging from a few dozen to several thousand, a social behavior that plays a crucial role in shaping the unique ecology of Okol-Kujo. As specialized grazers, blue wildebeest primarily feed on short grasses that quickly sprout after rainfall. Their digestive systems are finely tuned to extract nutrients from coarse, low-quality vegetation, an essential advantage during the long dry season when food becomes scarce and less nutritious. At Okol-Kujo, artificial waterholes provide critical lifelines during these harsh months. Wildebeest typically gather at these watering points in the early morning or late afternoon, avoiding the blistering midday heat that can push temperatures above 45 degrees Celsius. Approaching the water in loose formations, their eyes constantly scan the surroundings, ears alert to the faintest sound. Subtle gestures, a flick of the tail, a brief grunt, serve as silent communication, maintaining the herd's cohesion amid the quiet tension of the moment. By grazing steadily and moving frequently in search of fresh grass, blue wildebeest prevent vegetation from becoming overgrown or stale. Their feeding habits encourage new plant growth, enabling the landscape to renew itself with each rainy season. This process supports a diverse array of smaller species, from insects to birds, which thrive in the healthier, more dynamic ecosystem the wildebeest help sustain. Migration is one of the most vital behaviors for blue wildebeest, yet this instinct is increasingly disrupted across much of Africa. Artificial barriers, expanding road networks, and land development have fragmented their habitats. At Etosha, migratory routes still exist, but are becoming more restricted as available living space shrinks. A study published in early 2024 warned that herds confined to smaller areas are showing signs of genetic decline. Loss of genetic diversity poses a serious threat to the species' ability to adapt to future environmental challenges, including prolonged droughts and shifting climate patterns. often seen moving alongside herds of blue wildebeest. Plain zebras make their way steadily toward the scarce water sources scattered across the heart of the savanna. Amid the withered grasses and cracked earth, their presence brings a flowing rhythm to the monochrome landscape of the dry season. Medium-sized among Africa's wild equids, plain zebras stand about 1.3 meters tall at the shoulder and can weigh up to 350 kilograms when fully grown. Their distinctive black and white stripes form a unique pattern for each individual, like a biological fingerprint. These stripes serve multiple purposes. They help regulate body temperature by promoting air circulation and disrupt the visual focus of predators when zebras move together, creating confusion. In Etosha, especially around the Akaujo waterhole, plain zebras live in social groups known as harems, small units consisting of one dominant male, several females, and their offspring. These harems often gather to form larger herds, particularly during the dry season, when the urgent need for water and food drives them to travel collectively. Plain zebras are strict grazers, specializing in short grasses that quickly regenerate after rains. Their grazing helps regulate plant biomass by clearing older vegetation, allowing fresh growth to thrive. This behavior is crucial for maintaining the vitality and balance of the shared habitat. Seasonal migration is a defining survival strategy for plain zebras. Depending on climate and grassland conditions, some herds travel up to 1,100 kilometers annually in search of sustenance. However, within Etosha National Park, migration patterns have become less uniform. Scientists have observed partial migration, where only some individuals embark on long journeys while others remain near permanent water sources like Akaujo. This behavioral split reflects both the species' adaptability and the increasing influence of human-made barriers, fences, roads, and environmental pressures such as disease outbreaks like anthrax, which tend to surge during the dry season. As of early 2025, the wild population of plain zebras is estimated between 150,000 and 250,000 mature individuals. This represents a decline of about 25% since the 1990s, driven primarily by habitat loss and illegal hunting. Although not currently classified as endangered, the species faces mounting challenges. Fragmentation of migration corridors due to urban development and agricultural expansion threatens its long-term recovery, raising concerns among conservationists about the future of these iconic grazers. As herds of plain zebras gather around the shallow water holes, a lion's gaze locks onto them from the shadows. At Akaujo, predator and prey engage in a silent battle of wits, where hunger, thirst, and the searing heat, often soaring above 48 degrees Celsius, become weapons wielded by nature itself. During the dry season, Akaujo becomes a crucial crossroads where the cycles of life converge. Prey animals have no choice but to approach the dwindling water sources, drawing both predator and prey into an inevitable confrontation. As the number of animals grows, so does their vigilance. Lionesses adapt their hunting strategy, shifting from pursuit to ambush. They use the low, dry grass, ancient earth mounds, and even the shadows cast by the crescent moon to conceal their presence. One lioness often moves deliberately toward the herd to divert attention, while 2 or 3 others silently circle through the brush, cutting behind the prey and forming a tight arc. Once within striking distance, less than 30 meters, the lionesses crouch low before erupting into a sudden burst of speed. The savanna grass seems to explode into motion as a powerful leap carries the lion onto its target's back, bringing it crashing to the ground. The hunt ends swiftly with a firm bite to the throat. An adult lion, with its powerful build, broad chest, sturdy forelimbs, and razor-sharp teeth, can bring down prey twice its size. Even so, lions in the wild have a relatively low hunting success rate, only about 20 to 25%. A pride must secure several successful kills each week to sustain itself, including the young members who are not yet able to hunt. In the scorching heat of the Namibian desert, lions conserve energy by resting up to 21 hours a day, preparing for the demands of their nocturnal hunts. Unlike most other cats, lions are social animals, living in groups called prides. A typical pride consists of related females, one or more adult males, and their offspring. The females maintain the social structure, raise the young, and do most of the hunting. The males, with their iconic thick manes and roars that can carry up to 8 kilometers, use their vocalizations not only to mark territory, but also as a clear warning to potential intruders. Amid the hazy dust of the savanna, the low rumble of a lion's roar echoes through the Okaujo night, a solemn reminder that life is a sacred gift. To hold on to it, every creature must fight on, part of a wondrous design woven by the Creator. From nature's perspective, there are no heroes or villains, only instincts divinely given to endure. Yet the Ngorongoro crater is not only a sanctuary for flamingos and black rhinos, it is also a closed dominion where predators reign. Among them prowls the serval, a medium-sized cat whose body is built with extraordinary proportions. Its long legs, particularly the hind limbs, give it an impressive shoulder height of nearly 60 centimeters, while its light frame, weighing only between 9 and 18 kilograms, makes it swift and agile. Its oversized ears, upright like twin satellite dishes, are tuned with exquisite precision, able to catch the faintest rustle in the tall grass or the slightest stirring beneath damp soil. These remarkable traits make the serval one of the most efficient hunters in the entire cat family. In the ever-whispering grasslands of Ngorongoro, this elusive cat has perfected its hunting craft. Moving silently through the cover of tall grasses, it freezes the moment prey is detected, often rodents, ground birds, or small snakes, its whole body attuned to the tiniest scratch beneath the earth. Then, in a sudden burst, its spring-like legs launch it into the air, cutting off escape with astonishing speed. With the longest legs in proportion to body size among all cats, a serval can leap 2 meters high to snatch birds from flight or strike down upon a snake within reach. Their hunting success rate, nearly 50%, far surpasses that of lions or leopards. An adult serval may consume, on average, 4,000 rodents, 260 snakes, and 130 birds in a single year, a natural regulator, keeping small animal populations in balance. They are most active in the cool hours of dawn and dusk, when rodents and small birds emerge to forage. But for mothers raising young, the rhythm shifts. By hunting more in daylight, they reduce the risk of dangerous encounters with the dominant predators of the crater, lions among them. As the sun sinks beyond the rim of the crater, deep roars roll across the land, echoing against the sheer cliffs. It is more than just the sound of territory. It is a declaration of supremacy, the voice of the lion, apex hunter of the Ngorongoro crater. Recent surveys record their numbers at just 70 individuals, divided among 8 prides. That means a density of up to 25 lions per 100 square kilometers, several times higher than the vast plains of the Serengeti or even Kruger. But here, the males stand out even more, formidable figures crowned with heavy, dark manes. A lion's mane is shaped by genetics, hormones, and climate. Males with darker, sometimes jet-black manes carry higher levels of testosterone, enjoy greater reproductive success, and often live longer lives than their lighter-maned rivals. In Ngorongoro, more than 60% of adult males bear this dark crown. And in struggles for dominance, the black mane confers both a physical advantage and the favor of lionesses. But history has left its mark on this population. In 1962, an outbreak of biting flies nearly wiped the lions from the crater. Only a dozen survivors remained, and from this tiny remnant, the present population was rebuilt. The genetic bottleneck left them with far less diversity than neighboring Serengeti lions, and within the crater's limited territory, where prey is abundant and prides live close together, the pressure for dominance burns hotter than almost anywhere else. When two males meet at the boundary of their ranges, there is no retreat. Their roars shake the air, announcing the clash to come. Thick, dark manes shield their throats, both a display of power and a defense against crushing bites. Then they collide, 180 kilograms of muscle slamming together, claws tearing the earth. White fangs flashing for the kill. The battle is not only for land, it is for bloodlines, for the right to hold the pride, for the very legacy of strength. In Ngorongoro, the victor claims territory and breeding rights. The defeated is cast out of the social order. While males defend the pride's borders, it is the lionesses who carry the burden of the hunt. Moving in small, disciplined groups, they weave through tall grasses and roll with the terrain, inching closer to their prey. Across Africa, lion hunts succeed less than 1 in 3 times. But here, in the fertile bowl of Ngorongoro, prides can push that success to nearly 40%, their skills honed across generations, sharpened by abundance, and bound by the power of cooperation. In the fading light, as tall grasses still radiate the warmth of day, a fierce standoff unfolds. A pride of lions has just brought down a zebra. But before they can feast, silent shapes gather at the edges. Spotted hyenas, not one, but many. Their quick steps make no sound. Eyes glimmer in the dusk. Then comes the shrill laughter, a chilling chorus that rises like a challenge. In Ngorongoro, the confrontation between these two apex predators is as old as memory itself. Here, in this closed arena, where encounters are always face-to-face, the rivalry burns fiercer than ever. With numbers ranging from nearly 400 to close to 500 individuals, the spotted hyena is the most abundant carnivore of the crater. Recent surveys confirm at least 8 clans thrive here, some with as many as 80 members within territories no larger than 40 square kilometers. At such density, clashes with lions can occur almost daily. Raw strength belongs to the lion, but strategy and numbers belong to the hyena. Confrontations begin with watchful distance, escalate to encirclements, isolations, and at times, raids on lionesses when males are away. Lions retaliate in kind, killing hyena pups or lone wanderers when the chance arises. This cycle of conflict has shaped the very balance of Ngorongoro, where the strongest does not always prevail. Unlike solitary hunters, hyenas thrive through organization. Each clan is a tightly run matriarchal society. The alpha female reigns supreme, and rank is inherited by her daughters. Males, once grown, are exiled, forced to leave their birth clan and seek acceptance elsewhere. This dispersal prevents inbreeding in the crater's confined world. Such structure grants stability across generations. Strict hierarchy, disciplined food sharing, and cooperative teamwork in both hunts and defense make the hyena a formidable power, never to be underestimated. The Ngorongoro Hyena Project, one of the longest-running wildlife studies on Earth, has tracked more than 2,800 individuals across 9 generations, revealing the complexities of their society. Males do not disperse randomly. They often seek clans where a brother, cousin, or peer has already joined, improving their chances of survival and reproduction. It is a testament to social choice and awareness rarely seen among predators. Their communication is equally sophisticated, a language of giggles, hisses, whoops, and deep, resonant growls. Through these voices, clans coordinate hunts, summon allies, or rally to defend their kill. Far beyond the reputation of scavenger, the spotted hyena is an ecological architect, shaping the crater's balance through hunting, competition, and the recycling of life. In this closed system, their laughter is not just the sound of rivalry, but the echo of resilience, the heartbeat of an ecosystem both fragile and profound. If you want to live within this sealed wilderness, would you choose the order of a hyena clan, bound by the stability of matriarchy, or the might of a lion pride, driven by alliances and by force of power? Though it shares the striking black facial stripe with its close relatives, the gemsbok moves with a calm, deliberate gait, distinct from the slender grace of the impala. Its long, straight horns and solid muscular frame lend it a formidable presence on the arid plains. Its sword-like horns, reaching up to 120 centimeters, are among its most iconic features, making the gemsbok one of Africa's most visually distinctive antelopes. A smooth, gray-brown coat, boldly marked with black and white on the face, legs, and flanks, allows it to vanish against the stony, sunlit terrain. During the dry season, when temperatures can soar beyond 45 degrees Celsius and most wildlife gathers at dwindling waterholes, the gemsbok stands apart. It has evolved a remarkable independence from water, capable of surviving for weeks or even months without drinking. Its diet shifts with the season, from dry grasses to roots, tubers, and fruits like the desert melon, all rich in moisture. Remarkably, it can dig over a meter deep into parched earth to unearth hidden reserves, a survival skill finely tuned to the unforgiving rhythm of the desert. Its physiology is equally adapted, capable of tolerating internal temperatures up to 45 degrees Celsius without sweating, conserving every drop of precious moisture. A specialized network of blood vessels in the nasal passages, known as the carotid rete mirabile, acts as a natural cooling system, lowering blood temperature before it reaches the brain and shielding the central nervous system from heat stress. At night, as the air cools, the gemsbok releases stored heat without moisture loss, an elegant thermoregulation cycle, honed by evolution to thrive in one of Earth's harshest environments. Primarily crepuscular, It moves at dawn and dusk when temperatures are gentler, light is softer, and predators are less active. When threatened, the gemsbok can sprint at speeds of up to 60 kilometers per hour, fast enough to outrun most predators. Yet, instead of fleeing immediately, it often turns to face the danger, lowering its horns in a bold, defensive stance. It's a posture so commanding that even seasoned hunters hesitate. In Namibia, the gemsbok is more than just a creature of the wild. It is a national emblem, proudly displayed on the country's coat of arms, symbolizing both cultural identity and ecological resilience. With an estimated national population of around 373,000 individuals, this antelope has maintained a firm stronghold, supported by stable habitats and forward-thinking conservation policies. Within Etosha National Park, particularly in the quieter, less-traveled regions of Dolomite Hill and Olifantsrus, the gemsbok lives undisturbed, preserving ancient behavioral patterns in a landscape that remains remarkably close to its original form. The Masai-Mara is not only a refuge for the herds, it is also a paradise for predators. Lions roam here in extraordinary numbers, their population in the reserve estimated at around 850 individuals. Leopards, elusive and solitary, thrive at a density of 6 to 10 animals per 100 square kilometers. And the plains echo with the calls of spotted hyenas, whose clans can swell to as many as 60 members. This concentration of hunters makes the Mara one of nature's most relentless battlegrounds. Day and night, hunts unfold in an endless cycle, predators testing their instincts against the will of prey determined to survive. Among them is a shadow that slips between thickets and riverine forest, the leopard. Unlike the lions that rely on the collective strength of a pride, or the hyenas that overwhelm with numbers, the leopard follows a rhythm all its own, quiet, precise, and fiercely independent. In the chaos of migration, it becomes the embodiment of stillness, an apparition that appears only when it chooses. A leopard is a marvel of evolutionary design. Weighing between 30 and 60 kilograms, it is powerful enough to drag a wildebeest calf more than its own weight high into the branches. Strong neck muscles and muscular forelimbs allow it to hoist its prize out of reach of scavengers, turning the treetops into private larders. Unlike predators that depend on the seasonal flood of prey, the leopard survives by adaptability. From rodents, birds, and fish to gazelles, impalas, even young zebras, almost anything can fall victim when timing is perfect. This flexibility allows it to endure lean months, making it a master of survival rather than a gambler on abundance. Yet despite their resilience, leopards remain ghosts of the landscape. Rarely seen, they leave behind only a faint paw print in the damp earth, or a blood stain on the bark of an acacia. Around 50 individuals are thought to live in the reserve, with the greatest numbers hidden in the conservancies and forested riversides. Their true advantage lies not in brute strength or speed, but in patience. They do not rush into the torrent of migrating herds. Instead, they move along the edges, watching the weak, the young, the stragglers, waiting for the one mistake that will expose a victim. A female leopard crouches low in the grass, her muscles coiled, her spotted coat dissolving into the shadows. Step by silent step, she closes the gap. Her keen eyes track every twitch of her target, her padded paws muting her approach. When the distance shrinks to a mere 5 meters, she strikes. A blur of motion, a burst of speed, a crushing bite to the throat. The gazelle struggles for moments only, before falling limp in her jaws. But the hunt does not end with the kill. To keep her prize safe, she drags the carcass into cover, away from prowling hyenas that would rob her in an instant. For the leopard, survival is not just in the chase, it is in the ability to vanish, to hold on to victory, and to live another day unseen. To truly grasp the drama of the hunt, we must turn our gaze to the prey, the Thompson's gazelle. Though it moves with the Great Migration, this delicate antelope follows its own subtle path. It prefers the tender regrowth of grasses, the ultra-short shoots that sprout fresh after the wildebeest has stripped the land bare. In doing so, the gazelle becomes the final grazer, the last filcher of the grasslands. Their numbers are smaller, around 500,000 strong, and their journeys shorter. Many herds never complete the vast loop into the Masai Mara, instead settling within the Serengeti. For some, even the dramatic crossings of the Mara River are avoided, as smaller groups choose safer routes that steer clear of fast-moving water. What they lack in size, they make up for with one of nature's most potent weapons, speed. Adults are capable of reaching 80 to 94 kilometers an hour, outpacing nearly all other antelopes of their size. More importantly, they can hold that pace far longer, sometimes even outlasting the lightning burst of the cheetah. For them, survival lies not in the fastest sprint, but in sheer endurance. Often the chase ends not in death, but in a blur of dust across the savannah, the gazelle vanishing into the horizon with stamina unmatched. And yet they do not rely on speed alone. Their signature behavior, starting, bounding high into the air with stiff, straight legs, sends a clear message. It warns the herd of danger, but it also broadcasts to predators, "I am strong, I can outrun you, choose another target." Life on the open plains leaves no place to hide. Instead, Thompson's gazelles have evolved exceptional senses, keen eyesight to detect the slightest movement, sharp hearing, and an acute sense of smell to catch danger carried on the wind. Within the herd, vigilance is amplified. Alarm calls, flashes of white rumps, and visual signals, weaving together into a network of awareness that allows survival against overwhelming odds. But even the sharpest senses cannot shield them completely. As grazers, they play a critical role in shaping the ecosystem, trimming and anewing the land. And as prey, they are vital to predators, most crucially to the cheetah, whose very survival depends on the availability of small antelopes like the Tommy. Under the burning sun of the Mara, the ground quakes with the thunder of wildebeest, a living tide racing across the plains. Yet within this chaos, another drama unfolds, quieter, faster, and infinitely more intense. The chase of the gazelle has begun. The cheetah does not stalk from the shadows. It stands boldly in the full light of day, its body coiled tight like a drawn bowstring, every muscle primed for release. Its amber eyes lock on a single gazelle grazing at the herd's fragile edge, a Thompson's gazelle, small, swift, and unaware of the danger now upon it. Then, in an instant, the silence shatters. The cheetah explodes forward, a blur of muscle and dust, its acceleration unmatched in the animal kingdom. In less than 20 seconds, it surges to 120 kilometers per hour, the fastest speed ever recorded on land. Each stride launches the cat 7 to 8 meters across the grassland, its spine flexing like a whip, its long tail twisting like the rudder of a ship to carve sharp turns through the air. But the gazelle is no easy prey. It reacts in a heartbeat, zigzagging with instinctive precision, its slender legs flashing in a desperate dance for survival. What looks like panic is in fact strategy. Every swerve, every sharp cut, an attempt to exhaust the predator, to outlast the lightning burst. Second by second, the two blaze across the open plain, nothing between them but speed, stamina, and raw instinct. The earth trembles beneath the chase. Dust swirls in the golden light, and then a final lunge, a collision. The arid grasslands stretch endlessly to the horizon, where the blazing sun scorches the wild, untamed paths of predators. The king of the savannah roars, asserting his dominance over the land with his pride. But the savage laughter of the queen and her ravenous clan looms as the greatest challenge. Lions and hyenas. When the king rises, the queen's clan scatters. When the queen's clan encircles, the king's pride faces a grave threat. These two natural rivals have clashed for millions of years, locked in a relentless struggle to answer one timeless question. Who reigns supreme in Africa's savannah? Welcome to Lions versus Hyenas, clash of predators in the savannah. The African savannah shimmers beneath the unforgiving sun, a landscape that appears tranquil, yet conceals the eternal battles written into nature's very design since the dawn of creation. The lion, crowned as the undisputed king, rules with raw power and unmatched might among the predators of these golden plains. But even the strongest ruler stands vulnerable when faced with the unity and cunning of the spotted hyena clan. Amid the tall Themida triandra grass, more than 20 hyenas converge, a swirling storm of laughter and menace honing in on their prey. Known for their eerie, echoing calls, the laughing hyenas use their haunting cackles to intimidate, applying relentless psychological pressure before the attack. The lone lion fights with all its strength, but the odds are overwhelming. The pack closes in, each movement calculated, each bite a test of endurance. Just when defeat seems inevitable, reinforcements arrive. Two lions now stand where there was once one. With their combined strength and unity, the tide turns. Even the hyenas know when to yield. battle ends with a thunderous roar that echoes across the plains as the clan retreats into the grasslands. Two lions standing against an entire hyena pack, a testament to the power of loyalty and brotherhood in the wild. Is this the final answer to the age-old rivalry between lions and hyenas? The struggle continues. Stay with us for the next fierce encounter in this eternal clash of predators. Unlike the dense jungles or barren deserts, the savanna is an open stage where life and death unfold in plain sight, with no pause for rest or mercy. Its vast expanse is brushed with golden grasslands, scattered trees, and shimmering waterholes. Yet these are not mere backdrops. They are living characters, shaping the endless drama of survival that defines this land. Each sunrise brings a new chapter in the never-ending story of existence. The grasslands form the foundation of life here. During the Great Migration, millions of wildebeest traverse the plains, living rivers of movement and sound that stretch for over 1,000 miles in search of fresh pastures. They are more than a feast for predators. They are the lifeblood of the savanna's intricate web of life. Scattered across this golden sea stand the giants of endurance, the baobab trees. Towering nearly 100 feet high, their ancient trunks store vast reserves of water, sustaining both animals and people through the harshest droughts. Nearby, acacia trees spread their umbrella-like canopies, offering nourishment to the tallest beings on earth, the giraffes, who browse gracefully under the blazing sun. Then come the waterholes, the most precious lifelines of the savanna. Here, herds of thirsty herbivores gather to drink what little remains of the dry season's water. But beneath the still surface, crocodiles lie in wait, silent, patient, deadly, ready to strike at any creature desperate enough to come close. The savanna is more than a realm of giants. It is a delicate, interconnected ecosystem. Buffaloes weighing over a ton, and elephants that can reach several tons more, share this land with creatures no larger than a coin, like the humble dung beetle, nature's tireless recycler, turning waste into fertility. Here, every life plays its part. Predators and prey, hunter and scavenger, all bound together in the eternal rhythm of survival. Lions and hyenas continue their fierce rivalry, locked in battles for food and territory. The lion may sit atop the food chain, but when hyenas unite in large, disciplined clans, even the king must fight to keep his crown. On the grand stage of survival that is the African savanna, lions and hyenas stand as the lead actors in an endless story of strength, strategy, and resilience. Here, every creature must fight for its place. Every breath, every chase, every roar becomes part of the untamed symphony of life. Stretching over 5 million square miles, from the plains of East Africa to the wilds of the South, the savanna holds countless stories, each one different, yet all bound by the same fragile balance between life and survival. Lions are more than symbols of the wild. They are its rulers. With muscular frames and sheer power, adult males can weigh up to 550 pounds, reach over 10 feet in length, and stand 4 feet tall at the shoulder. Their dominance is not just a matter of strength, but of strategy. They are master tacticians. A typical pride consists of 10 to 15 members, led and sustained by the lionesses, the true hunters of the group. Every hunt is a lesson in coordination and patience. Using the shade of acacia trees as cover, they ambush unsuspecting prey, zebras, wildebeests, or buffalo, before unleashing bursts of speed reaching nearly 50 miles per hour. But lions do not hunt merely to survive. They are the guardians of balance, keeping herbivore numbers in check and preventing overgrazing. Their presence ensures the grasslands remain fertile, breathing life into an ecosystem that supports thousands of species. Yet, no ruler stands unchallenged. If lions are kings, then hyenas are their relentless contenders, the second most formidable predators of the savannah. Weighing around 150 pounds, they may seem smaller, but their jaws tell another story. A bite force of 1,100 psi, nearly twice that of a lion. Often dismissed as scavengers, hyenas are in truth skilled hunters, intelligent and efficient. They work as a unit, using pack coordination and endurance to take down even large prey like wildebeest or buffalo. In the dry grasslands, they are among the few creatures capable of striking fear into the hearts of the kings themselves. Lions and hyenas are more than rivals for food. They are sworn enemies, locked in an ancient feud. According to a 2023 study, nearly 59% of their diets overlap, making direct confrontations inevitable and frequent. Yet, this rivalry serves a purpose. Their ongoing struggle maintains balance in the ecosystem, ensuring that neither species ever fully dominates. In this way, their conflict sustains the savannah itself, a delicate equilibrium where power is constantly tested and survival never guaranteed. Across the vast golden plains, as far as the eye can see, their battles continue. The eternal clash between lions and hyenas, two forces forever bound by the laws of the wild. The African savanna, a vast stage where life and survival intertwine. Here, every creature must fight to endure. This is more than just a natural habitat. It is a living tapestry of competition and balance where lions and hyenas vie for dominance in an endless cycle of life. As the first rays of morning light pierce through the mopane trees, Etosha National Park awakens. Every blade of grass, every stone, carries a story of struggle and endurance. This is a land of contrasts, where the power of lions meets the cunning of hyenas, between parched plains and life-giving rivers. Under the relentless sun, the mopane trees rise like ancient sentinels. Reaching heights of 50 feet, Their butterfly-shaped leaves offer shade to both predator and prey. But it's not just the shade that draws life to this forest. It's the constant test of power and survival that defines this wild realm. In Chobe, lions are more than predators. They are rulers. Every movement is measured, every strike precise, strength and strategy woven into one. Buffalo and zebra are their primary targets, but in this land of scarcity, success is far from certain. Only 1 in 4 hunts ends in triumph. Male lions rarely lead the chase, leaving most hunts to the lionesses. But when the moment demands, they emerge from the shadows, unleashing raw strength to deliver the final blow. If lions embody power, then hyenas represent resilience. Their jaws, capable of crushing bone as easily as snapping dry twigs, are tools of both survival and dominance. They are hunters and scavengers alike, turning carrion into opportunity. Nothing in the savannah goes to waste. A single hyena clan can number up to 70 or even 80 members. They rely not on speed alone, but on endurance. With powerful hearts built for distance, hyenas can run for miles without rest, wearing down even the strongest wildebeest. In Chobe, every meal comes at a cost. Lions and hyenas clash often, battles over carcasses that shape the rhythm of life itself. According to a 2023 study, hyenas succeed in stealing nearly 2/3 of lion kills. Yet lions rarely surrender easily. Through unity and courage, they often defend their prizes, driving back their rivals to protect their pride and territory. As the dry season tightens its grip, the last remaining waterholes become battlegrounds. Here, all creatures gather, prey, predator, and scavenger alike. Tension thickens in the heat. Lions dominate with brute force, while hyenas rely on numbers and patience to claim their share. These clashes not only define their rivalry, they preserve the balance of the entire ecosystem. Each night, Chobe becomes a theater of war. What unfolds under the stars is more than instinct. It is a contest between strength and intelligence. On one side stand the proud lions, rulers of the food chain. On the other, the cunning hyenas, united, calculating, and unyielding. Lionesses move like shadows across the grasslands, every step silent, every breath controlled. They use the faint shimmer of moonlight and the cover of darkness to close in on their prey, within just 50 feet, unseen and unheard. Each step carries the quiet promise of sudden violence. When they strike, lions aim for weakness, the neck, the hind legs, the soft belly, with a bite force exceeding 600 pounds per square inch. A single bite lands like a sledgehammer. But raw power isn't their only weapon. They are tacticians. The males hold the edges of the battlefield, guarding the pride, ready to confront whatever threat emerges from the dark. Yet even kings can fall. In the night, unseen eyes are always watching. Hyena clans, vast, determined, and fearless, move with purpose, seeking every chance to turn the tables and seize the spoils. in this untamed world, one question lingers. What truly defines survival? Individual strength or the power of unity? Hyenas excel in a strategy known as mobbing. They don't sneak in quietly, they descend like a storm. A chorus of chaotic cackles echoes across the plains. Though smaller than lions, hyenas often outnumber them 2 or even 3 to 1. They don't just intimidate, they coordinate. Encircling their target, they close in with precision, like wrestlers forcing an opponent to the ropes. Nearly 2/3 of their attempts to snatch food from lions end in success. The standoff often begins at a distance of 100 to 300 feet. If lions hesitate for even a moment, their hard-earned meal can be lost to their relentless rivals. Armed with a bite force nearly twice that of a male lion, hyenas are formidable adversaries. Yet their greatest weapon is patience. They often wait for lions to eat their fill before advancing, or when necessary, they confront them head-on. It's a strategy both calculated and coldly efficient. Balance is hard to maintain. A single male lion may outweigh 3 hyenas combined, yet hyenas counter with teamwork, moving like parts of a living machine. When the ratio reaches 3 to 1, victory often swings in their favor. But a large lion pride, 10 or more strong, can hold its ground. Studies show that when united, their success rate in defending kills climbs to 65%. Even so, each clash leaves scars on bodies and in memory. These battles are more than a struggle between 2 species. They are the heartbeat of balance itself. Lions regulate herbivore populations, hunting buffalo, zebra, and impala, targeting the weak and the wounded. Their hunts keep the savanna's grazers in check, ensuring the land remains healthy and diverse. But when hyenas enter the picture, the balance shifts. Stealing more than half of lion kills forces prides to hunt more often, adding pressure to herbivore herds, especially during the harsh dry season. This rivalry isn't just fierce, it drives evolution. In Chobe, lions have adapted by forming larger prides, sometimes 15 strong, to guard their kills from encroaching hyena clans. But larger numbers demand more food, and in lean seasons, even the kings of the savannah face starvation. Hyenas, meanwhile, evolve in their own way. They've become more coordinated, attacking from multiple directions, disrupting lion formations with chilling calls. A recent study revealed that when hyenas outnumber lions 3 to 1, their chances of success rise sharply. They are not merely scavengers, they are nature's recyclers. While lions often leave much of a carcass untouched, Hyenas consume everything, ensuring nothing goes to waste. Their rivalry ripples through the ecosystem. Herbivores shift their grazing patterns, avoiding high-risk zones. Even the land itself benefits. Vegetation rebounds, and the cycle of life continues. In this eternal struggle between lion and hyena, every confrontation writes a new chapter in the story of survival, a story that defines the African wilderness itself. There is a place on Earth where time seems to flow without end. The Serengeti-Mara ecosystem, stretching across Tanzania and Kenya, is the beating heart of wild East Africa. This land is more than a landscape. It's a living masterpiece, a vast stage where millions of lives move in rhythm, each one connected in a delicate balance of survival. The Serengeti-Mara is not just an ecosystem. It's a story of life, death, and renewal, written by the rhythm of rain, the pulse of migration, and the endless sweep of grasslands. Each year, the Great Migration brings not only herds of grazers, but also the predators that shadow them. Lions lie hidden among the golden grasses, eyes locked on the weak or the young. Hyenas follow close behind, their eerie laughter echoing through the plains, waiting for their moment to strike or steal. During this time, the Serengeti-Mara becomes a grand theater, every creature a player in the timeless drama of survival. As dawn breaks over the vast plains of the Masai Mara, golden light spills across the horizon. Each blade of grass glows in the first touch of sun, heralding a new day, a day of life and struggle. Soon, the peaceful plains turn into battlefields. Here, lions and spotted hyenas clash endlessly for control over the bounty brought by the migration. With millions of wildebeests and zebras pouring in each year, the Mara becomes the epicenter of chases, hunts, and unforgiving encounters. As herds thunder across the plains, they kick up clouds of dust that hang in the air, a signal to the savanna's top predators. Both lion and hyena watch, calculating their next move. Lions, masters of stealth, use the tall grass as their shroud. With sheer power and precision, an adult male, weighing nearly 420 pounds, can bring down a wildebeest in a single strike. Hyenas, in contrast, play a different game. They rely not on brute strength, but on endurance and unity. With hearts proportionally larger than most predators, they can run for miles without tiring, wearing their prey down through relentless pursuit. Using their numbers and their chilling calls, hyenas sow chaos among the herds, isolating the weak or the young. Once a victim stumbles, the circle tightens, and another life is claimed in the endless cycle of the savannah. But the struggle in the Mara runs deeper than the rivalry between lion and hyena. It is a web of shifting power, a story of order, chaos, and survival. Here, nomadic lions roam the fringes, wanderers without a pride or territory. These outcasts challenge the stability of the ecosystem. They strike without warning, seeking new prides to conquer, new lands to claim. Their arrival often brings bloodshed. Young males attack resident prides, overthrow aging leaders, and kill cubs to establish dominance. It's brutal, but it's nature's way of renewal. Yet this violence takes its toll, leaving prides weakened and vulnerable for months. And when the lions falter, hyenas rise. They move in swiftly, expanding their range into territories once ruled by the king. As lion numbers decline, hyena clans, sometimes more than 50 strong, tighten their grip. They dominate hunting grounds, control waterholes, and reshape the balance of power. Masters of both hunting and scavenging, hyenas often outsmart smaller or weakened prides, stealing their kills with ruthless efficiency. But the battle is never one-sided. When a pride is strong, backed by powerful males, they defend their domain with fury. In such moments, even the boldest hyenas know when to retreat. Each confrontation leaves behind scars, not just on the bodies of these predators, but etched into the land itself. The Serengeti-Mara remembers every battle, every victory, every loss, written across its endless plains in the language of survival. The story between lions and hyenas is far more than a clash between two apex predators. It's a force that shapes the very heartbeat of the Serengeti-Mara ecosystem. When lion populations fall, hyenas rise swiftly, tipping nature's balance. Their growing numbers intensify pressure on smaller herbivores like Thompson's gazelles, pushing the limits of survival on the plains. As hyenas overhunt these smaller species, their dwindling numbers ripple through the food chain. Even the grasslands begin to change. With fewer grazers, vegetation thickens, altering the rhythm of the savanna itself. Great migratory herds of wildebeest and zebra, sensing the shift, may alter their ancient routes to avoid areas crowded with hyenas, disrupting cycles that have endured for millions of years. This timeless rivalry between lions and hyenas is more than survival. It's the unseen architect of balance in the Masai Mara. Yet when one side gains too much ground, nature begins to falter. A 2024 report found that a surge in hyena populations could cut small herbivore numbers by up to 20% within just 5 years. A chain reaction that transforms not only wildlife, but the land itself. Fewer grazers mean less movement, less renewal, and over time, a silent shift in the structure and diversity of the grasslands beneath. East Africa's endless skies. Stretching from Tanzania to Mozambique lies the ancient Miombo woodland, a world apart, alive with color and sound. This is not merely a forest, but the living pulse of East Africa, a realm where life thrives through delicate balance and deep connection. Towering brachystegia trees rise over 50 feet high, their umbrella-shaped crowns casting shade across the dry earth below. When the dry season comes, their leaves turn shades of amber and gold, bathing the landscape in the warm hues of an African sunset. Though the soil is poor and parched, this woodland teems with life, a sanctuary of resilience where every creature, great or small, plays a role in sustaining the circle of life. In northern Tanzania, the Ngorongoro crater rests like an ancient crown upon the land, a vast volcanic caldera formed over 2 million years ago. Here, time itself seems to pause. Encircled by cliffs rising more than 2,000 feet, this self-contained world holds one of the densest concentrations of wildlife on Earth. From above, the crater unfurls like a great natural canvas, a mosaic of grasslands, forests, and shimmering lakes. At its heart lies Lake Magadi, a soda lake glinting under the African sun, where thousands of flamingos gather, their brilliant pink plumage dancing upon the mirrored water. Along the shore, fever trees spread their emerald branches wide, offering refuge to countless species that call this hidden Eden home. Within Ngorongoro's embrace roam over 25,000 large mammals, wildebeest, zebras, elephants, and lions among them. The great herds churn the soil with their hooves, sowing new life as they move, while their dung renews the earth with nutrients. Every motion, every cycle, feeds the next, sustaining this timeless harmony of life, born from fire and shaped by the hand of nature itself. In another corner of the crater, herds of buffalo, each weighing merely a ton, stand in tight formations. These heavyweights are the silent guardians of the grasslands, grazing methodically while remaining ever vigilant. The crater's bounty draws not only grazers, but also Africa's most formidable hunters. Ngorongoro is renowned for its extraordinary predator density. In the forests near the lake, leopards move like shadows, their rosetted coats melting into the foliage as they stalk from above. Out on the open plains, cheetahs unleash bursts of unmatched speed, sprinting like living arrows in pursuit of fleeing gazelles. But it is the lions that rule this land. Nowhere else on Earth are they found in such numbers. Over 60 individuals confined within the crater's walls. They patrol the grasslands with unwavering focus, eyes locked on herds of wildebeest and zebra. The males, their dark manes heavy with dust and pride, often clash in brutal battles for dominance, while the lionesses lead hunts that define the pulse of this wild kingdom. Yet the lions are not alone in their reign. Hyenas, ever watchful and calculating, linger on the edges of every hunt. Their eerie laughter echoes across the plains, a chilling reminder that no kill ever truly belongs to one predator alone. In the heart of Ngorongoro, life unfolds in constant motion. Here, beneath vast skies and amidst sprawling grasslands that mirror the distant Miombo woodlands, every roar and every footstep tells a story of struggle and survival. Lions and spotted hyenas, two apex powers, wage an endless war of endurance and strategy, each shaping the destiny of this enclosed paradise. Ngorongoro is neither dense rainforest nor barren desert. It's a vast volcanic basin where open grasslands, acacia forests, and shimmering wetlands meet. A sanctuary of abundance, but also a stage for fierce competition. Lions, armed with brute strength and an ambush precision, are both hunters and opportunists. Unlike elsewhere in Africa, they claim as much as 70% of the hyena's hard-won kills. A pride led by powerful, dark-maned males can easily overpower even the largest hyena clans. Instead of hunting constantly, lions dominate through strength and intimidation. Hyenas, however, are masters of stamina and teamwork. They chase their prey to exhaustion. Wilderbeast, zebras, or any creature caught between fatigue and fear. Using encirclement tactics, they wear down their target before launching a final, coordinated strike. Even in victory, their challenge is not over. Hyenas must guard their meal from the ever-present threat of lions. When danger looms, they form tight defensive circles, calling out with ghostly cries that ripple across the crater floor. Their laughter, unsettling yet purposeful, becomes both a call to arms and a psychological weapon, uniting the clan as chaos swirls around them. But no matter their courage, this remains lion country. The kings of the savannah rule supreme here, responsible for nearly 70% of adult hyena deaths in the crater. When lions strike, they do so with precision and fury, isolating the weak, lunging with crushing force, and bringing swift, decisive ends to their rivals. As in many parts of Africa, the rivalry between lions and hyenas here is more than a clash of predators. It's a force that shapes the very fabric of the Ngorongoro crater. Their competition maintains balance, influencing the populations of prey and the rhythm of the ecosystem itself. But balance is fragile. When lions rise in number, hyenas are pushed to the margins, forced to adapt, to hunt differently, to venture further, or risk losing their claim to the land entirely. Far to the southwest, the story of survival continues across the vast, sunlit plains of Namibia. Between the parched Namib Desert and the sprawling savannas lies the Namibian savanna woodland, a land of quiet beauty and striking contrasts. This is not a dense forest, but an open wilderness of golden grass and scattered camelthorn trees, sentinels of the desert, their roots plunging deep into the earth, reaching hidden reserves of water. Even through months of relentless drought, their silvery canopies remain alive, sheltering countless creatures beneath. Dry riverbeds, like the ephemeral Haneb and Kunib, carve through the land, flowing only when the rains return. Though barren for most of the year, their banks are lined with life, drawing herds and predators alike to the promise of water and shade. Low mountains such as Brandberg rise in the distance, offering rare refuge from the desert sun. Here, lions have adapted to one of Earth's harshest environments. The desert-adapted lions of Namibia are patient and resilient, masters of endurance, capable of surviving longer without water than any of their kin. Across the grasslands, hyenas stalk quietly in the shimmering heat. They shadow herds of oryx and zebra, waiting for that fleeting moment when weakness appears. Then, in a sudden surge of precision and power, They strike, breaking the fragile calm of this arid land. Deeper into Namibia, where dry winds mingle with the scent of grass and dust, lies Etosha National Park, a jewel of wilderness and balance. Spanning more than 8,600 square miles, Etosha is a world within a world, a living symphony where every life form plays a part in maintaining nature's delicate harmony. At its center lies the Etosha Pan, a vast salt flat stretching nearly 2,000 square miles. In the dry season, it gleams white under the scorching sun, a mirror of heat and light. But with the first rains, it transforms. The basin floods and life awakens. Thousands of flamingos descend, painting the sky in a wave of pink, turning desolation into splendor. This breathtaking transformation stands as a symbol of resilience, proof that even in the harshest places, life finds a way to return. Around the Pan, grasslands and shrublands blend into the Namibian savanna woodland, dominated by mopane and camelthorn trees. The mopane's butterfly-shaped leaves feed elephants and antelope alike, while leadwood trees, ancient and unyielding, endure as monuments to time. Etosha is a stage of life, home to tens of thousands of animals. Herds of zebras move like flowing rivers across the plains, their hoofs stirring the soil, scattering seeds and enriching the land with every step. Here, even the smallest act, a graze, a footprint, a breath, contributes to the cycle of survival that defines this extraordinary wilderness. Nimble and graceful, move like dancers across the savanna. With leaps reaching up to 13 feet, their acrobatics are both mesmerizing and vital, a performance of life and survival, where every bound could mean escape from a predator's grasp. Yet no creature commands the plains quite like the African elephant, the true giant of Etosha. Weighing up to 6 tons, they move with quiet authority through the mopane forests, tearing branches and reshaping the land. These are the silent architects of the ecosystem, spreading seeds, opening pathways, and ensuring the forest's renewal. With roughly 2,500 elephants, Etosha stands as one of southern Africa's greatest sanctuaries for these gentle titans. Their presence, along with countless herbivores, sustains the park's apex predators. As night falls, lions with dark, regal manes emerge from the shadows. Between 350 and 400 lions roam this wilderness, one of the highest densities on Earth. Their roars roll across the plains like thunder, proclaiming dominance over this realm of dust and moonlight. But Etosha is no sanctuary for the weak. With barely 15 inches of rain a year, it is a place of unforgiving extremes, where only the resilient endure. Herds of springbok and oryx roam in search of scarce water, always under the watchful eyes of 2 formidable rivals. Lions, rulers of the savanna, hunt through strength and precision. A single adult male, weighing over 400 pounds, can bring down a zebra or even a buffalo with a few decisive strikes. Yet power here is not just about the hunt, it's about possession. In a land where food is rare, lions often steal from hyenas, asserting dominance through sheer force. Hyenas, however, fight back in numbers. Built for endurance and teamwork, a large clan can run down prey with tireless persistence, coordinating their attack to exhaust their victim before delivering the final blow. With bone-crushing jaws and unwavering determination, they are nature's tireless scavengers and hunters alike. But even their triumphs are never guaranteed. Where hyenas feast, lions often arrive, reclaiming what power demands. In this arid world, life gathers around water. At Okakwijo, Halali, and other precious watering holes. These pools are not just oases, they are arenas of survival. As dusk falls, the air thickens with tension. Predators close in. Lions and hyenas meet again, sometimes in silence, sometimes in fury. Here in Etosha, their rivalry runs deeper than competition. It is a vital thread in the fabric of life, maintaining balance in the Namibian savanna woodland. Yet when that balance tilts, the consequences ripple across the ecosystem. As lions dominate, hyena numbers wane. Carcasses go unconsumed, disease lingers, and the health of the land itself begins to falter. Then, as the dry season breaks, renewal returns. By November, the first rains sweep across the savanna, awakening the land. The cracked earth drinks deeply, rivers flow once more. The plains erupting green, and life stirs from every corner. The transformation is sudden, almost miraculous, a reminder that in Africa's eternal cycle of drought and abundance, survival is not just a test of strength, but of resilience and harmony. The Themida triandra grass rises tall, reaching nearly 5 feet high, veiling the savanna in a dense green maze. Once bare and open, the plains now transform into a living labyrinth, where sightlines vanish and danger hides in every shadow. Rivers that once lay dry stir back to life, forming shimmering pools that draw herds of wildebeest and zebra from miles around. Along the horizon, acacia xanthophylla trees bloom, their golden canopies painting the land in warm hues, a masterpiece only nature could create. But beauty comes at a price. The flourishing grass shifts the balance between predator and prey. For lions, it offers concealment for ambush, yet limits their visibility, forcing them to take longer, riskier approaches. For hyenas, the rain-softened ground challenges endurance hunts, demanding more energy for every chase. Still, hyena clans adapt. They operate like a well-oiled machine where every member has a role. The strongest adults take the lead, charging forward to pressure their prey, while others circle wide, cutting off escape routes. The coordinated effort drains their victim's stamina until it collapses. When they hunt as one, their success rate rises by nearly a quarter. At the heart of this precision lies a remarkable social structure. Hyena society is built on a matriarchal foundation, a world ruled by females. In each clan, dominant females lead hunts, defend territory, and command authority over all males. This hierarchy is not just social order, it's survival strategy, vital during the scarcity of the rainy season. Larger and more muscular than their male counterparts, dominant females can weigh up to 150 pounds and possess higher testosterone levels, granting them both strength and aggression. Their rank ensures first access to food and, more importantly, the safety of the young. Cubs, fragile against the elements, face new dangers as rains flood their dens and temperatures drop. But they are not left unprotected. Adult females, often related through generations, form a powerful network of care, nursing not only their own cubs, but also others within the clan. This unity reduces mortality and strengthens the group against harsh conditions. When the grass grows thick and the earth turns slick, coordination becomes everything. Each hunt is a display of strategy and instinct, an operation executed with military precision. Hyenas drive prey into soft, waterlogged ground where the mud slows their target's movements. Some block escape routes from the front, while others push from behind, forcing the animal into a deadly trap. Their chases are not chaos. They are choreography. Every motion, every howl, every pursuit is part of an unspoken code passed through generations. Together, they thrive where others falter, proving that in the wild, survival belongs not to the strongest alone, but to those who move as one. This strategy not only strengthens the clan as a whole, but also minimizes the risk of injury to individual members. Every move has purpose. Every hyena knows its place in the hunt. Endurance is their greatest weapon. Unlike lions, who depend on power and speed to take down prey in a single explosive charge, hyenas rely on sheer stamina, grinding down their targets over distance and time. A chase can stretch across miles of open plain, spanning 3 to 5 miles in relentless pursuit, through mud, grass, and heat that will break most other predators. And when the moment comes to finish the kill, the hyena's true strength is revealed. Its jaws can exert a crushing force of 1,100 pounds per square inch, powerful enough to snap bone and tear through tendons. A few precise bites to the legs or neck can bring down even a full-grown buffalo. During the rainy season, when the ground turns slick and prey becomes trapped in the mud, the hyena's coordination and bite become an unbeatable combination. Their success rate rises sharply. Efficiency born of patience and power. But the rains bring more than opportunity. Floodwaters sweep across the plains, carrying the carcasses of drowned or weakened animals. For hyenas, this means abundance. With their keen sense of smell, they can detect carrion from nearly 3 miles away. A gift that spares them energy for the next hunt. Step by step, they cover vast distances, driven by instinct and endurance. The rhythm of their pursuit is ceaseless, their quarry falling not to surprise, but to exhaustion. Then, as the heavy rains return, the savanna transforms once again. The dry earth bursts into life. Themata triandra, grass towers high, green walls 5 feet tall, masking movement and reshaping the landscape into a maze of sound and scent. Wilderbeast and zebra herds scatter, no longer bound to shrinking waterholes. Fresh streams and new pools spread them far and wide, and with them, the great predators must also adapt. For lions, the challenge is immense. They must feed their prides, defend their land, and hunt in a world that's constantly changing. The story of the lion in this season is not just one of survival. It's a story of unity, strategy, and social strength. The tall grass hides both hunter and hunted, turning in each pursuit into a gamble. The soft ground makes ambush harder. The perfect pounce becomes rare. To endure, lions must evolve their tactics, relying on coordination and precision rather than sheer power. A pride, usually composed of 3 to 20 members, becomes a living organism, each part working together in perfect rhythm. Despite the myth of the solitary king, the true heart of the pride lies with the lionesses. They are the hunters, the nurturers, and the keepers of balance. The males, larger and stronger, stand as sentinels, defenders of the pride's borders, protectors against rival males and prowling hyenas. Every member has a purpose. The lionesses bring down prey and raise the young, while the males safeguard the group's domain. Together, they embody a delicate equilibrium, not division, but partnership. During the rains, threats multiply. Hyenas and leopards prowl closer, drawn by opportunity. Lionesses must remain vigilant, especially for their cubs, the pride's future. They choose their dens carefully, high ground away from flood-prone valleys. Here, they guard their young in turns, shielding them from every danger that lurks in the shadows. Their devotion runs deep. It's not merely survival. During the dry season, life across the savannah converges around shrinking waterholes. Wildebeests, zebras, and buffalo crowd together, drawn by the last remaining pools. But as the rains return, the land awakens, rivers overflow, new ponds form, and the herds scatter far and wide. For predators, the transformation brings both opportunity and hardship. The open plains become treacherous, mud slows the chase, and grass that towers over 5 feet conceals both hunter and prey. A small pride of lionesses moves with deliberate precision. 2, sometimes 4 of them, spread out across the tall grass, their bodies blending seamlessly with the green sea around them. Every paw step is calculated, every movement silent. In these conditions, patience becomes their deadliest weapon. When they strike from the cover of the grass, their success rate can soar by nearly 40%, unmatched by any other predator on the plains. As the gap closes, 20 feet, then 10, one lioness launches the first attack, swift and explosive. The others close in from the flanks, trapping the prey in a tightening circle. Against large animals like buffalo or even giraffes, this teamwork is the difference between success and starvation. Even in the face of rain and rising mud, the lion's dominance remains unshaken. In fact, the challenges of the wet season only reveal their true mastery, their intelligence, coordination, and unmatched adaptability. Whether in daylight ambushes, stealthy night hunts, or perfectly timed group assaults, lions move like seasoned strategists. Warriors, yes, but also artists of survival. Under the pounding rain, their roars echo through the plains, a chorus of power and resilience. The sound is more than a warning. It is a declaration that the kings and queens of the savannah endure, no matter how the seasons change. For the males, the rains bring a new kind of challenge. They join only a small fraction of the hunts, but their role is no less vital. As the landscape shifts and threats multiply, their duty as protectors becomes paramount. Hyenas grow bold during this time, forming large raiding parties that seek to harass, confuse, and steal. Young male lions from rival prides also roam in search of territory to claim. Boundaries that were once clear become blurred as the rain washes away scent marks and trails. It is now that the male lion's strength and authority are truly tested. Weighing over 400 pounds, his roar can carry for 5 miles, a thunderous proclamation of dominance across the drenched plains. Yet sometimes, even that warning is not enough. When 20 hyenas close in, surrounding and taunting, the lion answers not with retreat, but with fury. One strike from his massive paw can break bones. One charge can scatter the mob. His sheer presence restores order, protecting the pride and reaffirming his rule. The wet season does not weaken the lions, it defines them, revealing not only their physical might, but the unity and organization that make them the true rulers of the wild. This is the complete portrait of the Savannah's true rulers, where every downpour stands as a testament to resilience, intelligence, and unyielding dominance over the wild. The sun burns mercilessly over the African plains, transforming the once thriving grasslands into a parched wasteland. Temperatures soar beyond 104 degrees Fahrenheit, searing everything beneath the sky. The lush Themida triandra grasses, vibrant after the rains, now crumble into brittle dust beneath the heavy steps of migrating herds. The dry season is more than a test of endurance. It's a time when the balance of power shifts. Lions and spotted hyenas, eternal rivals, find their conflict intensifying like never before. As the land withers, rivers like the Mara and Serengeti shrink to lifelines, drawing great gatherings of life, wildebeest, zebra, and Thompson's gazelle. Yet even here, survival comes at a price. The shrinking pools cannot sustain all who come to drink. Hunger and competition drive both lions and hyenas to adapt, innovate, and sometimes face each other head-on in desperate pursuit of survival. The savanna becomes a battlefield of endurance. Burnt grass, vanishing water, and sparse acacia shade offer little comfort beneath the blistering sun. With the land laid bare, predators lose the cover they depend on. Every hunt grows harder, every encounter more frequent and deadlier. To endure, both species change their rhythm. Lions conserve their strength, hunting mostly by night when the air cools and shadows lengthen. Hyenas, with superior heat tolerance and a cooling system built for endurance, stretch their patrols through the day, gaining an edge in both scavenging and the hunt. As the dry winds sweep across the land, the air trembles under the weight of heat. The yellowed grass stands ready to ignite, and one spark, from lightning or human hands, can unleash wildfires that consume everything in their path. Flames race across the plains, devouring grasslands and shrubs alike. Smoke fills the horizon, and the once lively savanna is reduced to ash and silence. Wildfires, though natural, are ruthless sculptors of this ecosystem. Each year, millions of square miles of savanna burn, reshaping life and death across Africa's wild heart. In the aftermath, the land is bare. Herds of wildebeest, zebra, and gazelle move on in search of untouched feeding grounds, leaving predators behind to face scarcity. For lions, the loss of cover spells disaster, their stealth erased, their hunts exposed under the unforgiving sun. But for the hyenas, this is opportunity. Agile, relentless, and tireless, they thrive in the open, tracking weakened prey, and even shadowing the lions themselves. In the scorched silence of the savannah, the struggle for supremacy begins anew. The dry season on the African savanna brings more than relentless heat. It ignites invisible battles that ripple through the entire food chain. As the Themida Triandra grasslands fade to gold and rivers shrink into cracked earth, every living thing feels the tightening grip of scarcity. In this harsh world, lions and spotted hyenas are locked in a silent struggle, one that runs deeper than direct confrontation, weaving through the very threads of the ecosystem itself. Everything begins with grass, the foundation of life on the savanna. When the once lush plains wither beneath the sun, the balance begins to unravel. Wildebeest, zebra, and Thompson's gazelle, the lifeblood of both lions and hyenas, are forced to move on in search of greener pastures. According to a 2023 ecological report, wildebeest numbers in drought-stricken regions can fall by up to 40%, leaving vast, empty spaces across the plains. And where prey disappears, hunger takes hold. The intricate connection between lions and hyenas becomes unmistakable. They compete, but they also depend on one another's leftovers to survive. A single wildebeest carcass lying under the blistering sun can spark fierce skirmishes, yet it also becomes a shared lifeline, feeding both enemies in their fight to endure. The scarcity transforms behavior. Lions, faced with fewer hunting opportunities, grow more selective. Some conserve energy, others turn to theft, stealing meals from hyenas when the chance arises. Studies from Ngorongoro crater reveal that as much as 20% of a lion's meals during the dry season come from hyena kills. Hyenas, under pressure from both lions and the land itself, lean on their adaptability. They scavenge with precision, feeding on animals that have fallen to exhaustion or thirst. Data from the same study shows that around 35% of their food comes from lion leftovers. It's a strange balance of rivalry and reliance. Lions create opportunities, and hyenas clean the plains, keeping the cycle of life turning. This hidden relationship between predators also reshapes the fate of herbivores, the fragile middle link in this chain. As lions and hyenas intensify their competition, herds of wildebeest and zebra face mounting stress. Food grows scarce. Migration routes lengthen, and the risk of predation rises with every step. On the savanna, carcasses are more than mere remnants of death. They're vital connectors between species. Each one fuels a web of interactions. Lions and hyenas clash for dominance, while leopards, cheetahs, vultures, and jackals seize what remains. The leopard, a master of stealth, depends on secrecy, dragging its kill into the trees to escape notice. But during the dry season, even this strategy falters. When lions or hyenas arrive, the leopard often has no choice but to abandon its meal. Those abandoned kills, however, don't go to waste. A 2024 study in Ngorongoro found that roughly a quarter of all hyena meals during the dry months came from leopard kills left behind. By exploiting these opportunities, hyenas reduce the risks of hunting and sidestep direct conflict, a clever adaptation that keeps them alive when the savanna turns unforgiving. In this world of fire, dust, and hunger, survival is never solitary. Even rivals, in their endless conflict, become part of a delicate balance, one that ensures life on the savanna endures, season after season. If leopards are the artists of stealth, then cheetahs are the masters of speed. Reaching up to 70 miles per hour, they chase down smaller prey like impalas and Thompson's gazelles. Yet in a world ruled by strength and numbers, speed alone isn't always enough to protect a hard-won meal. When lions or hyenas appear, cheetahs often have no choice but to retreat, abandoning their kills. According to a 2023 study by the Zoological Society of London, nearly 20% of cheetah kills during the dry season are stolen by hyenas. This act of theft, though harsh, indirectly benefits other predators, conserving their energy when prey is scarce and the land offers little mercy. While lions and hyenas addle on the ground, the skies belong to the vultures. With wingspans stretching wide across the thermals, they glide effortlessly for miles, spotting carcasses from hundreds of feet above. Their cries echo over the plains, serving as alarms that summon larger predators to the feast below. But vultures are more than messengers. They are the first responders to death. With razor-sharp beaks, they tear through soft tissue and internal organs within minutes. A study in Serengeti National Park revealed that vultures can consume up to 20% of a carcass's weight, often leaving lions and hyenas to quarrel over what remains. During the dry months, these scavengers quicken the rhythm of competition, forcing every predator to act fast or lose out. Unlike vultures, jackals move in silence, furtive scavengers that arrive only after the chaos fades. When lions and hyenas depart, jackals slip in to pick clean the bones, feeding on scraps overlooked by others. They rarely compete directly, yet their quiet persistence adds to the pressure on the savanna's dwindling resources. Every predator and scavenger plays a part in this intricate web. As vultures and jackals exploit the remains, hyenas are pushed to move swiftly to secure their share. Meanwhile, kills abandoned by leopards and cheetahs provide rare opportunities for lions and hyenas to rest from the hunt. Each species, whether dominant hunter or humble scavenger, holds an irreplaceable role in maintaining this fragile balance. Their unseen interactions shape the rhythm of the savanna, reminding us that in nature, even death breeds life. A fall of one creature sustains many others, an eternal exchange that keeps the wilderness alive. But the dry season never lasts forever. With the first drops of rain, the plains begin to awaken. Tender shoots of green push through the cracked earth, summoning back herds of wildebeest and zebra. The cycle renews itself. Yet the uneasy truce between lions and hyenas remains unchanged. In a land where survival is constant negotiation, their rivalry and interdependence are vital threads in the tapestry of life. Together, they maintain the balance that keeps the ecosystem whole. Yet even as the rains return, a greater trial looms. The sun grows harsher, the heat more unrelenting. Seasons of drought stretch longer, more severe than ever before. This is no longer just a natural struggle. It is a fight against a changing world, where lions, hyenas, and all who share the savanna must face a formidable new rival, the environment itself. According to the 2023 Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, temperatures across the Serengeti-Mara ecosystem and Ngorongoro crater have risen by 1.5 degrees Celsius over the past century. Rainy seasons gray shorter, dry seasons longer, water vanishes, life thins. In this shifting world, even the mightiest predators must adapt or fade into memory as the rhythm of the wild changes forever. As the climate shifts, food becomes increasingly scarce. Herbivores are forced to migrate earlier, traveling farther in search of grass and water. Yet even the most resilient among them cannot endure forever. Nearly 30% of wildebeest perish each dry season, victims of exhaustion and dehydration. Their carcasses feed others, but not enough to ease the relentless competition between lions and hyenas. Wildfires, once a natural rhythm of renewal, have now become unstoppable. Fueled by rising temperatures and prolonged droughts, these fires burn hotter, spread faster, and consume everything in their path. Scorched plains strip away the cover that predators once relied on for ambush. Lions and hyenas are pushed into open ground, face to face. A 2024 study in Kruger National Park revealed that after major wildfires, direct confrontations between the two species surged by 45% as territories vanished into ash. But nature's fury isn't the only challenge. Human expansion tightens its grip. Over the past 50 years, nearly 75% of the Savannah has been converted into farmland and settlements. According to the World Wildlife Fund, migration corridors are now fragmented by fences, roads, and grazing lands. Even in protected regions like the Masai Mara, the balance between conservation and community survival grows increasingly fragile. These changes have upended the natural order. With herds of wildebeest and zebra unable to migrate freely, predators find their prey trapped and vulnerable. But this advantage is fleeting. As territories overlap, lions and hyenas are forced into ever closer contact, their clashes growing more frequent and more violent. And the conflict doesn't end in the wild. As resources dwindle, lions turn to livestock, and hyenas venture into villages under the cover of night. According to Panthera, lion killings by humans have risen 10% in just 5 years, mostly along the edges of farmlands and savanna borders. Hyenas share a similar fate, trapped, poisoned, or shot, with over 200 cases reported annually in Kenya alone. The African savanna still echoes with the roar of lions and the chilling laughter of hyenas. Yet beneath this timeless soundtrack lies a growing unease. Climate change, habitat loss, and human encroachment are not just endangering species, they are reshaping the very fabric of the ecosystem. In this struggle, lions and hyenas are more than rivals. They are survivors, adapting to forces far greater than themselves. The question now is not who will dominate, but whether they can endure. Amid the challenges, hope remains. Across East Africa, conservation efforts are rewriting the story. Protected areas like Serengeti National Park and the Masai Mara Reserve have expanded by over 1,000 square miles, creating corridors that reconnect scattered habitats. These pathways allow wildlife to move freely once again, reducing human-wildlife conflict by as much as 20%. In Amboseli National Park, over 50 miles of electric fencing now protect livestock, while safeguarding lions and hyenas from retaliation. Technology, too, has become an ally. GPS collars and AI-powered camera systems in Kruger National Park track predator movements, predicting conflict zones and cutting encounters by nearly 30%. Meanwhile, reforestation projects like the Great Green Wall are restoring vegetation, reviving the foundation upon which all life here depends. Not long ago, the lion population in Kenya had fallen to fewer than 2,000 individuals, teetering on the edge of collapse. But a grassroots initiative, the Lion Guardians program, offered a lifeline. By recruiting Maasai locals as protectors, it merged traditional wisdom with modern science. Those who once viewed lions as threats now defend them, and in doing so have reduced lion killings by 90%. Since 2007, Amboseli's lion population has grown from just 11 to over 200 individuals by 2023. A remarkable recovery born of cooperation and shared purpose. This is more than a conservation success story. It's proof that when humanity works with nature, not against it, restoration is possible. Protecting wildlife isn't the duty of organizations alone. It's a collective responsibility. Act now. Support conservation groups. Reduce your environmental footprint. Share awareness. Every small effort becomes a building block for a sustainable future. And if you've witnessed the magic of Africa's wild plains yourself, share your stories in the comments below. Your voice might inspire the next generation to protect what remains wild and free. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and continue exploring the untold journeys of survival. The grasslands serve as the foundation of life in the savanna, particularly during migration season. Millions of wildebeests traverse this vast expanse, forming vibrant, moving rivers of life as they journey over 1,000 miles in search of fresh grazing grounds. These wanderers are more than prey. They are a vital link in the food chain, sustaining countless species in this intricate ecosystem. Scattered across the plains stand towering baobab trees, reaching heights of up to 98 feet. These natural fortresses store hundreds of gallons of water in their massive trunks, offering a lifeline to animals and humans alike during the arid months. Nearby, acacia trees with their iconic umbrella-shaped canopies provide essential nourishment to giraffes, the tallest creatures on Earth. Then there are the waterholes, the most precious resources of the savanna. These vital oases attract herds of herbivores desperate for a sip of water during the dry season. Yet they are also arenas of survival, where lurking crocodiles lie in wait, ready to strike at any creature seeking life-sustaining hydration. The savanna is more than a home for Earth's giants. It is a finely tuned ecosystem. Towering creatures like buffalo, weighing up to 2,200 pounds, and elephants, tipping the scales at several tons, coexist with tiny yet indispensable inhabitants such as dung beetles, the unsung heroes that recycle waste and enrich the soil. Life here is a constant interplay of survival and competition. Lions and hyenas engage in relentless battles for dominance, with the lion reigning as one of the top predators. However, hyenas are no easy adversaries. Their strength lies in unity, forming formidable clans capable of challenging even the mightiest of foes. The savanna is a land of contrasts, of giants and minutiae, of harmony and struggle, woven together into a delicate balance that defines this extraordinary ecosystem. On the grand stage of survival, that is the African savanna, lions and hyenas take center stage in an unending tale of strength, strategy, and resilience. This is a land where every creature fights for its existence, and every breath, every chase, and every roar is a note in the symphony of untamed nature. Spanning over 5 million square miles, the savanna stretches from East Africa to Southern Africa, with each corner telling its own unique story, all centered around the fragile balance between life and survival. Lions are not merely symbols of the savanna, they are its rulers. With muscular builds, male lions can weigh up to 550 pounds, stretch over 10 feet in length, and stand 4 feet tall at the shoulder. Their dominance stems not just from sheer strength, but also from their mastery of strategy. Lions live in prides, typically comprising 10 to 15 members, where lionesses take on the primary role of hunting to sustain the group. Their hunts are a masterclass in teamwork. A lioness might use the shade of acacia trees to ambush a zebra or wildebeest before bursting forth at speeds of up to 50 miles per hour to secure the kill. But lions do not hunt merely for survival. They play a pivotal role in maintaining ecological balance by controlling herbivore populations, preventing overgrazing, and ensuring the grasslands remain healthy and regenerative, sustaining life for countless species within the ecosystem. If lions are the kings, then hyenas are their relentless challengers. Ranked as the second most formidable predators of the savanna, hyenas stand just behind lions in dominance. At first glance, they may seem less imposing, averaging 150 pounds, but their bite force of 1,100 psi is nearly double that of a male lion. Often misunderstood as scavengers, hyenas are in fact highly efficient hunters. They employ intelligent pack strategies, enabling them to take down even large and formidable prey, such as wild buffalo. On the dry grasslands of the African savanna, hyenas are perhaps the only creatures capable of inspiring caution in the hearts of the kings. Lions and hyenas are more than just competitors for food. They are archenemies. A 2023 study revealed that their diets overlap by as much as 58.6%, often sparking intense confrontations. Yet, despite their perpetual rivalry, this ongoing struggle plays a vital role in maintaining ecological balance. By ensuring that neither species gains complete dominance, their clashes help preserve the delicate equilibrium of the savanna ecosystem. Amid the vast golden grasslands stretching endlessly to the horizon, the relentless battles between lions and hyenas underscore the savanna's essence, a place where life and survival are inextricably linked. Here, every creature must fight to endure. This is not merely a natural habitat, but a complex ecological tapestry, where lions and hyenas vie for supremacy in an unending cycle of life, power, and resilience. As the morning sunlight filters through the mopane trees, Etosha National Park awakens. This is a land where every blade of grass and every stone tells a tale of survival. A place of striking contrasts, where the strength of lions meets the cunning of hyenas amidst parched fields and life-sustaining rivers. In the searing heat, the mopane trees stand tall like stoic sentinels, reaching heights of up to 50 feet. Their distinct butterfly-shaped leaves provide shade to both lions and hyenas, offering brief respite in an unforgiving landscape. Yet the mopane forest is more than a refuge. It is a battleground where power and survival are constantly tested. Lions in Etosha National Park are not merely predators. They are rulers. They hunt with unparalleled precision, every stride a perfect fusion of strength and strategy. Buffalo and zebras are their primary targets, but in this dry, challenging environment, their success rate is only 25 to 30%. While female lions take the lead in hunting, coordinating with remarkable teamwork, male lions typically stay back, emerging only when needed to deliver the decisive blow, using their immense strength to end the chase. If lions embody strength, hyenas represent resilience and adaptability. With powerful jaws capable of crushing bones as effortlessly as snapping dry twigs, hyenas are not only skilled hunters but also resourceful scavengers, turning scraps into a feast. Hyena clans often outnumber lion prides, with some groups boasting as many as 70 to 80 members. Their hunting strategy relies on endurance. Thanks to their large hearts, hyenas can run over 5 miles without stopping, wearing down prey like wildebeasts through relentless persistence. In Etosha, no meal comes without a price. Lions and hyenas frequently clash over carcasses. A 2023 study revealed that hyenas successfully stole about 63% of kills from lions. However, these takeovers are not without fierce resistance. Through unity and strategic defense, lions often fend off such attempts, sometimes even overpowering hyenas to protect their kills and territory. The remaining waterholes during the dry season become critical battlegrounds. Here, all creatures gather to quench their thirst, creating an atmosphere thick with tension. Lions dominate through sheer brute force, while hyenas rely on their numbers and patience to claim their share.